Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be perfectly frank with this one. I had no intention of really touching leagues for a while until streaming came, until like the preseason came out. The problem was that I was gonna stream some Xbox today. I was gonna either stream Dead Space or continue Final Fantasy 9 since now EA Play is now on Game Pass, so I get all of EA's games as well. And unfortunately, Xbox services are down right now. They are down completely. You can't sign in, etc., etc. Shit happens. Not a big deal. Hello, Ozra Valor. Hello, Bill. So, currently, we're going to be over here now. We're going to be playing some. League of Legends because normally I would just swap over the mobile games as a whole. The problem is that there's no new mobile game content for me to play. I've already done all the shit, and we don't get like a new Opera Omnia character till later. So we're gonna be just playing some League of Legends now that the season's over. And as you can see, oh, congratulations, finishing in gold. Wonderful. So let's just go die on the inside, and let's just let's do this. Now, we already experienced what bronze was in Flex. Gold was worse. So, it's preseason now, but I'm pretty sure these fuckers still haven't lost a stick up their ass. So we're gonna see how this goes, and we already have a very generous queue time. I'm not doing jungle. If I do jungle in this fucking game, in this fucking thing, I will get fucking destroyed. Also, I've seen all the new leaks for SC. I assume you, Mangler, will have a lengthy video about SC. Sort of. I think Mangler wants to wait until he can get a hold of it. So don't expect any SC content for a while, for being honest. Kim, this may convince me to buy some games on Steam, because I know not a lot of you know League of Legends, so... Unfortunately, I don't really have much else to play. He getting a PS5? No. Like we're probably just gonna wait the month. I'll be perfectly frank. And unfortunately, the only game I do have from Steam that I could play right now is World of Final Fantasy. I could have gone back to that actually. The problem is that I can't really talk to you guys while I'm playing PC games because I don't have a fucking chat bar on my side. If not, I could play World of Final Fantasy or even fucking Left 4 Dead 2. Fortunately, that's just not easy. So why did they change the end boss fight? So they just changed it because hang on, I guess I should put dmc5se spoilers, I guess. So why did they change the boss fight? Well, they changed the boss fight because no one wanted to fight Virgil as Virgil again. Like, let's not lie to ourselves here. If we, okay, I am top lane. Crap. I was kind of hoping to get stuck support, but whatever, it's fine. Let's just go ahead and bust out the, Motherfucker picks Nunu and everyone just starts fucking... Okay, we're back? Alright, we're back. No one wanted to not have a Dante fight. After DMC4 gave us a Dante fight, Capcom's not going to be able to get away with not giving us a Dante fight in the games anymore when Special Edition comes out. Especially for Virgil. There's no reason to. Okay, so, all that got basically confirmed, like I was there telling Mangler, is that, all it confirms that they weren't going to kill each other at the end of the game. As I already suspected, as anyone who actually power skills DMC would have already suspected. It's been a while since I was on top of this band. Hello, Kyle.
Hello.
Have you seen any of the new stuff for Special Edition or no?
No.
You care about spoilers?
Particularly.
I think you said not particularly, so I'm gonna spoil you. There's 2 Dante boss fights at the end of Virgil's campaign. You get an easier one for mission 19, and then you get a super hard one for mission 20.
Right.
You also see... Oh, go
They
ahead.
just fuck Nero.
Yeah, fuck Neo. Yep. That's basically they were saying. You also find out that they were not gonna kill each other with that final slice. That they said they're gonna end this on. That final slice was not gonna kill them. They straight up miss it in the actual game. Yeah.
So the one when they're on the Clive fight or when they're in hell?
Yeah, so at the Clive fight, when they're running at each other with Sin DT, apparently they fucking miss. They just go straight into a stinger and then start the final boss battle. Yeah. Yeah, let that one sink in. I guess I can now confirm that he wasn't on the verge. Oh my goodness, yes. Hang on. So Nero scales to Virgil now. Since he wasn't on Death's row, Nero now faster.
Oh my god.
Than
That's fucking true. Oh, poor Mangler.
Nero is now faster.
We were right. High five.
Oh man, this is great. This is great.
Now let's see what argument he comes up with.
Oh, I wish I joined the voice chat just so he can try and wiggle his way out of this one. So no one banged Garen into Silos? Wait. What the fuck? Who the hell's goes Garen support? Fuck it, whatever. Garen's really good. Like, I mean, he's not a bad character, but it's like... Oh, he's not responding. He's probably busy right now. Oh, so did I tell you I actually talked to Devil today? Well, I didn't tell you. You're talking right now. He actually called me. So that's like the first time in like fucking like 2 months I think we've interacted.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So that was interesting. I have nothing else to say on this one. There we go.
Anything prosperous happen?
No. Because I guess he's got life problems, like, you know. But no. Go. No, fuck. Okay, hang on. There we go. It's better. No, not particularly, but I guess he might be able to get a hold of a next-gen console before we have to wait for fucking December to play as Virgil. I mean, at this point, like, I think I might just go through streams to get all the information off, like, you know, like, fucking, just, like, the descriptions and shit, but it's like, Kyle's in here. Kyle is here. He's right there. It's just kind of lame that we gotta wait so fucking long to play as Virgil. I don't understand. I'm really hoping they'll be willing. The only reason I can think of is, oh, my team is nothing but a bunch of fucking silvers. What the fuck is, and 1 gold 4 who might be a Smurf. That's weird. Steam is lagging every word. Hang on.
That's such a missed opportunity if they're going to do that. So you know how there are 2 Dante boss fights?
Yeah.
If somebody was playing, like, the normal campaign, wouldn't it be cool if they matched with somebody who was playing the Virgil campaign and they just duked it out?
When I looked into my
That would be
mother's
amazing,
eyes,
but
I saw a paradise for the dark and
it's
glorious.
Capcom.
It is
So
for
of course
that
they wouldn't do
world
that.
I fight.
Is the stream actually lagging super bad? Hang on. Son of a bitch.
This world was not made to last.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Surely it wouldn't have been that hard to make a Nero boss fight. They have the model.
I don't know why they... I think the reason they didn't do a Nero boss fight is because of what Mangler was saying. That there are too many breakers and shit. Wait, how does Nero scale if he wasn't there? Oh, and Mangler's wonderful response is just no. Yes?
Minions have
Yeah.
spawned.
No, it's not! Oh my god! Oh my god! He's gonna argue for the idea that it's an alternate Virgil, so it doesn't scale in any capacity. Oh my god, no! It's a what if? What if Nero didn't get involved? No! No, you're wrong! Oh my, this is that's different than the main Oh my god! Oh my god, this motherfucker, no!
No. This is what Mangler has to understand. This is the definitive canon.
That's what I was kind of confused on too, because like I kind of lost statement on what the hell the canon is, because this is the new variation. So,
No, the new updated variation of an ending is the real ending now.
Kyle
You can't just
pause Persona 5 Royal experience.
No, you can't. No, Persona 5 still has the original ending. It just has extra story.
Are you serious?
Yes. No, but this is what Mangler is trying to argue. No, it's different from the base game. It doesn't need to be the same. It's now the definitive version of the game.
So Anera fights Virgil. Oh my god, this is so no. This he's wrong. He's absolutely fucking wrong here. Damn it, Kyle! I didn't even tell him to get in the fucking voice chat. I'm in the middle of a Leagues game. I can't just fucking keep responding to him. If he has enough time to be wrong, he has enough time to voice chat the reason why he's wrong. Wait, how's Nero scale supposed to bear? Okay, so the argument I am presenting, for context, is Nero in DMC5 proves that he is superior to a fatigued Virgil. A fatigued Virgil, who in DMC5 SC Special Edition proves that he is vastly superior to a Fury, like casually, so is Dante. So what I'm arguing for is that Nero, 10 minutes ago. What I'm arguing for is that Nero inherently, dude, just come for the fucking gank, you piece of shit! Oh, he should have fucking started with fucking top. Oh, he missed his fucking stun. He missed his fucking stun. Are you fucking kidding me? Don't you fucking ping his fucking shit! You missed your shit! Hang on. Oh! Come back in!
What's up? Somebody said you wanted to talk.
Yeah, you're fucking wrong!
Did I come back at a bad time?
No, I'm just playing League of Legends right now, so
that's oh, go ahead. Just you seem to be having some problems with your teammates. And maybe I should come back at a better time.
No. I'm saying you're fucking wrong, as in you're wrong about your Nero scaling here. You're being stubborn.
No.
Yes, you are.
So I've got a little. Hang on a sec.
If you have issues, you can go ahead and go right now, and then we can just talk about this later. Because I know Devil also got problems right now too, so they're talking to him right now too. I don't get it. Nero didn't get involved. Dante and Virgil were weaker than they were in the base game? No, they weren't. You can't confirm they were weaker than they were in the base game. If anything, they were weaker at the end of the base game than they were in the fucking SC. You're fucking crazy.
So why do you believe these cutscenes?
Okay.
Explain your argument.
Could you repeat your argument but stop speaking spelling for 10 seconds?
To withhold justice is a dark.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now. So what's the question here?
So can you explain to me why you think Nero scales to the Fury based on these new cutscenes that have been revealed in the special edition?
Alright, sure.
That would be very helpful.
So right off the bat, we now can confirm that Virgil was not on death's doorstep. He was just fatigued. So that would scale to Nero since Nero. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, no, Since Nero fought fatigue and beat a fatigued Virgil, this will mean that Nero would have to be superior in speed to this Virgil or comparable. We see that Virgil at fatigue state in the new cutscenes dicks all over a Fury, as does Dante, which means that even while fatigued, their speed is superior to a Fury's. Which means that Nero logically should have superior speed.
Which would be true. Which would be true for Nero if he fought that alternate Virgil.
No!
That's not what happens in the main game.
You don't have to
That's not what happened. No,
you don't
that's
have
not
to
what
fight.
happens.
He already fought that Virgil in the main game!
That's not what. That's not what happens in the
This
main
is-
game, though. Nero
this
breaks
is
them. Nero
literally-
breaks them up. He
this
doesn't.
could
He
not-
doesn't break them up
This
in the
could
special
not-
edition.
This could not be more.
Did you watch the cutscene?
Hang on,
He
hang on,
literally,
hang on,
like,
hang
they
on.
literally point to the cutscene where they're gonna attack each other, and they say it's about time we ended this. And then instead of Nero jumping between them, they just fight for longer. All that
Which
happens
is what was going to
is that
happen in
they.
the original game.
But this is not the main ending,
This
though,
is
because.
literally a what would have happened if Nero hadn't gotten involved. It could not be more clear. Which
So
means that they were
yeah,
not
so
on
it's a
death's
what if
doorstep,
scenario. So it's
which
a what if
means-
scenario.
Which
Then.
means that they were not on death's doorstep. They were just fatigued.
No, that's
Yes!
just it's an alternate ending.
It's what
because
would
the
have happened
main-
if Nero hadn't gotten
the-
involved.
Well, that's irrelevant though,
That
because
is
the
not
main
irrelevant!
game of the it is because
It
the
is
main
not!
ending still exists.
That
It still
doesn't-
exists.
That doesn't change
It's-
the
it
fact
still
that
exists.
this special edition ending.
Guys, am I wrong?
No,
Am I
okay,
wrong?
so Mangler, this
Am I
doesn't
wrong?
change. This doesn't change anything. It just shows that what state Dante and Virgil are in before Nero gets there. Like, even this is you can call it an alternate ending, sure, but it doesn't prove. All it says is that when Nero fights Virgil, he's not dead. He's not nearly dead. He's just fatigued, which would scale to the same Virgil.
I
with Dick
said
Fury.
he was
does backscale-
fatigued regardless. The argument
does
that I've always
backscale-
presented.
This-
Oh, hang on.
Mangler, it doesn't matter how you feel about this. This does backscale to Nero because there
No,
should be no
it
difference.
doesn't.
There
I've
should be
made
no
the
difference
argument
between
before.
Virgil. No, there should be no difference here.
So
Also,
first of all, if it's an alternate ending, then it wouldn't be canon. Two,
It doesn't matter. It can
I've
be
said
just
no.
supporting evidence.
If it is
Okay, hang on,
canon,
hang on,
you
hang on.
can't
Let's
use
let-
it.
Let's let me.
That's
okay,
literally
that's
how
wrong.
that works.
That is absolutely wrong. But let's let me look at his point
That's
across.
not. It's
Yeah,
not.
It is.
It's not.
It is. Okay, so first off, get your
No.
full point across, and then we'll discuss it because you were being interrupted there. So get your full point
So
across.
for two, my point about them being on death's doorstep has always been they said the next blow will finish each other, and that's always how it's been
And
interpreted to
SC
be.
confirms
They
that's wrong.
say
That's not what they said.
no, only in an alternate
No, no,
timeline.
no, 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 no. It's the same cutscene. It's literally the same cutscene. And they say
You
it's
got
about
it.
time-
You got a statement from the director that confirms that was
No,
their
I
original
have
interpretation
eyes that
because
shows the
they
same
keep it.
cutscene.
They keep it the same for Nero's playthrough in the special edition. If they change it for Nero,
No.
Then you
because
can definitely
Nero
say
doesn't
that's
get a-
true.
Then Nero doesn't get a fucking ending. So,
Dude,
it's
what-
the
they
exact
could
same
still-
cutscene. I think it's about time we ended this. Same cutscene. and
what are you
everything.
talking about? He could still be there. They could just change. What are you talking about? They could still include Nero in the cutscene. He just doesn't stop their fights.
Wait, hang on. Even in gameplay, Nero wrecks the Fury. No, okay. So the problem here is that Mangler believes that lore-wise, Nero doesn't scale to the Fury's thing, which he had a good argument for prior to SC. But SC basically confirms that no, he's wrong. Because we now see
No.
what would have happened if Nero didn't get involved, and it's just a more intense fight.
But it's still an alternate ending.
But
It
it's
can be
not the
alternate, but it can be
original.
used as supporting evidence.
Why?
because the alternate ending
Because
where Nero
this
doesn't
is
get
still the
involved.
same. This is still the same Virgil that he fights. Just this is a scenario of what happens if Nero didn't get involved.
But like
It can
again,
be used as supporting
you're,
evidence.
you're having a hard time convincing me why I should use this if this is not.
No, because you're being stubborn because it didn't change the
I'm not
base
being
game.
stubborn.
Well, no,
Canon is canon.
Okay, no, hang on.
And
Hang on.
supporting evidence can be used.
Hang on. First off,
What supporting evidence?
okay, so first
Non-canon
off,
evidence?
Are you gonna
Like
say
It's
that,
not non-canon.
Hang on. Are you gonna say that all of SC's cutscenes are non-canon then?
no.
Okay, so
Just
why was
that
why,
one.
why does this get like precedent here? Why does the outcome showing what would have happened if Nero didn't get
Because
involved
it's
not-
directly in contradiction with the main game.
Yes, but this is what would have happened if Nero didn't get involved. So why can't you use it?
Because it's just a what-if scenario,
Yes,
and it's still in
showing us what
contradiction.
would
with
have
the same game.
happened if the main game's events had played out differently. So why?
Yes,
can't
so
you
a
use it?
different universe then.
No.
You can use,
Okay.
dude. If you want to use that version of Nero, then that's
no,
fine.
there's
I don't
no
have a
different
problem with
version of Nero.
Well, technically, Nero's still kind of there, sort of. He just doesn't break them
No,
up because
okay.
they do say the lines to him. They're
Okay,
still like,
okay,
take
okay.
care and whatever.
Okay, let's say, for the sake of argument, that you're right, it's an alternate universe. It's based on the main universe with the same scaling and everything. Therefore, why can't you use it?
because it's still not the main one. Like, I don't know what is so difficult to understand about this.
No, I don't know what you don't understand about.
Well, it's not even, guys. It's not even just that. The main ending still exists in the same game. If that changed for Nero's ending even slightly, then I would be fine with that. I'd be like, yep, no, Nero scales to the Fury. Right? I don't have a problem with that, but like again,
Dude.
like you can't. The problem is that you can't say that blow wouldn't have killed them in the main games because that scene still exists there in its entirety. Nero confirms they're gonna fucking die. They still say they're gonna die. They still believe they're going to die.
They never directly referenced that blows was gonna kill them. Also, I'm pretty
They
sure
say no. What their statement is that it's about time we ended this, and then they go into their strongest forms and prepare to hit each other with one final attack. I don't know about that. That indicates that they're just fatigued.
I've always had this issue. That doesn't always necessarily mean death. That could just mean they're going to decide who's the stronger fighter once and for all.
Nero literally says they're about to die, and you can sense their demonic power and their life.
But to be fair, Nero can't be used as a fully accurate source because he doesn't get DT until after he makes that claim. So, like, we can't even say...
He's getting DT as he does it, and he can still sense them. He's already... Hold up. Nero, earlier in the game, has already confirmed he can sense Yamato's power, as when he sees the various points in, like, various locations in Redgrave, he feels the effects of Yamato when he touches his arm, and he says, Yamato did this. So you're kind of...
No, he says that. He says that in the questioning statement. You're referring to Mission 7's cutscene, right?
No, Mission 2. Well, actually, it's Mission 1. Mission 1, actually. Not the prologue. It's like when he's on the bridge when he fights the Clive.
Is this gonna be? Okay. So I'll take a look at that game just to confirm. But I'm pretty sure he's saying that in a questioning manner, not directly like I know for sure. He's like wait.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't say Yamato did this. He said Yamato did this. He says it declaratively. He states that it's happened. That Yamato did this. Yamato, whatever. Like he makes it clear that Yamato is responsible for the events of the Clivehouse roots.
I'll have to relook at that one in particular later because I can't deny or accept.
Mangler, Nero doesn't know their full power. He doesn't need you to sense their demonic energy. It's irrelevant. Like if you can sense their demonic energy, you should know how alive they are, or whether they're about to kill each other at that moment.
No, well,
also, I don't. Hang on one more thing. I don't use the Fury animation as like canon because, well, I mean, for one, using examples of like animations against, even if they're dedicated animations against specific enemies, isn't really valid if the person doesn't actually fight the enemies in said story. The only difficulty on which Nero fights the Fury on is Son of Sparta or higher. He doesn't fight them on the base default difficulties that are available at the start of the game. So, or not the start of the game, the start of anyone's playthrough, of their first playthrough, of any copy of dmc5. Like, he doesn't fight the Furies in any of those. So, I don't consider that. Like, since the game isn't giving the Fury a cutscene in Nero's story, the game does not recognize that Nero encounters the Fury. So I therefore wouldn't use.
Would you finally scale Nero to the fucking Fury?
Absolutely. Like, are you kidding me? I don't know if they're gonna do that because
what if they fight the Fury?
Absolutely.
Can we compare then?
Yep.
That's what
yep. Absolutely.
That's the bar. Apparently, that's the bar. It's needed.
What do you mean the bar that's
Virgil,
needed?
so what does it matter? Okay, so
wait,
if
what happens?
Okay, so according to Reggie, in both endings, Nero beats Virgil. If that's the case,
Nero still beats Virgil. No, he doesn't beat Virgil in the SE ending, no. So but I've already said if you want to scale the Nero in that alternate ending, that's fine because as Zim says, in that alternate ending, they don't actually like fucking kill each other.
No, dude, you are being stubborn here. This is very clearly supposed to show what would have happened if yes, you are. This is very clearly supposed to show what would have happened if Nero didn't get involved. And
Dude, Nero breaking them up has been a major plot point. Insuno literally built the game around the idea of them breaking up each other.
Is literally showing us what would have happened if he didn't do that. This
sure.
is not so.
But if the game was designed around that,
no, it doesn't have to be, because we know for a fact.
But if it is, I can't ignore that.
Okay,
I can't ignore that.
Okay, you don't have to ignore it.
I'm being
you just
dishonest
have
if
to
I do.
acknowledge that we now know what would have happened if Nero hadn't gotten involved.
In an alternate ending, yeah, because they didn't change the original cutscene in the same game.
No. Okay, I'm not saying it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. It confirms the state Virgil is in is not near death when Nero fights him.
I disagree with that significantly.
But your only disagreement.
You've got no evidence
against
against this agreement. Your only argument against I disagree with it is that it's not in the base ending.
My disagreement with it isn't I don't like it. It's not it's contradicting the main cutscenes, and it's not taking priority over them. So like,
yes, this is an alternate ending. This just wait. Is no one gonna come in?
Also,
you missed, you stupid bitch. Go continue.
Also, why would like if that's true, that Virgil that fights that's wounded would still be in a different condition than the one that fought Nero. Because Nero still breaks them up. Because Nero still breaks them up and they keep fighting after the fact. So this Virgil would have more stamina.
Wait. So that would okay. So
can you prove that?
Could you clarify your statement there just to make sure I'm not misinterpreting it?
So you initially argued originally this Virgil since he's still 5'8" wouldn't be like, or what's it called? You either said he was wounded or that he would still have stamina and he's still beating the Fury, so Nero would scale to him. I initially had a problem with that because I was like, I don't want to, aside from scaling two wounded characters, I have a problem with the idea that Virgil in either state, wounded, would be comparable to one another because I can't confirm how much stamina he had in either circumstance. But in this one, it's clearly showing that he's just fighting Dante after the fact, and then he just jumps off the Qlipoth afterwards. Are you saying that there's no, because as I've said, do you realize that Virgil's not fighting him seriously and that he's holding back? How many times? No, Virgil.
No.
Virgil is
I understand. I'm referencing you mean in reference to Nero, right?
Yes. Yeah. No. Like obviously, I don't think he's holding back against Dante. In context, it wouldn't make any sense for him to be holding back against Dante since he's trying to kill him. Though that scene contextually also doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because Nero's still there, but he doesn't fight Virgil. He doesn't punch Dante, but they're still like, "Hey, good luck, man. You protect the human world," and then he jumps off the Qlipoth. But then they don't have like those interactions. Virgil also acts more aggressively in the ending, like he never even had a conversation with Nero at all, and all that scripted dialogue that happens in his fight.
He does tell him I will lose time. Actually, he does tell him I will lose next time, which means he does fight Nero in SC.
No. He fucking says that as like a reference, but we don't see the fight. We only have the two fights with Dante, though.
Yeah, so the line implies that means that the Nero fight does still happen in this alternate timeline.
Where does it happen, though? Because Dante's being knocked back in the cutscene.
I mean, then
Dante's being knocked. No, but why is Dante being knocked out of Virgil's fight? Because Dante's literally being knocked to the edge of the Qlipoth, meaning he's still fighting Virgil. And then Dante says, "Take care of yourself, Nero." I'm like, what the fuck? like it's clearly shown that they're both fighting each other. So maybe Nero got involved in the scuffle or something? It's not really clear what his involvement is. You really have to use like a lot of head.
I mean, well, no.
He's still there, obviously.
No.
But I don't know exactly what his involvement is.
I'm going through these more fucking bigger loops because you seem to just deny the fact that Nero would fucking scale to the fatigued Virgil thanks to SC, showing that fatigued Virgil will be superior to fucking Fury, and we also see that the fight's way
I've already said before, I don't think he scales to the main game version of Virgil and fatigue because he's not even trying.
Your argument is it's bad though. It's only just that because we don't see it in the main game.
Why?
Because
No,
this
no,
is
no,
very
no,
clearly
in
a
the-
what-if scenario, showing what would have
In
happened
the
if
main
Nero got
game,
involved.
he bitch slaps Nero into the fucking Qliphotep after he
Dante's
lets
help.
Nero.
Yes, I understand that.
Even if I eliminate Dante's help, he still knocks him halfway. He'd still contribute to half the force.
I mean, that's
And he could do that. He could still do that after the damage he took from Nero, and that was after his fight with Dante. So if we just keep adding, we add on more factors. The fact that he doesn't want to kill him, the fact that he should be holding back, the fact that he's already wounded, and that he doesn't want to fight Nero seriously, so he'd be letting Nero damage him more often because Nero's not trying to hold back. Nero isn't trying to kill him, but he's still attacking with full force, whereas Virgil isn't. Stacking on all these other provisions as reasons for why it would prove Nero's skills to him if Virgil still bitch slaps him back into the Qliphotep.
Okay,
I don't. I take issue with it.
Okay, also, I'm pretty sure
Also, Virgil being 40, Virgil being 40 has nothing to do with an alternate ending.
Okay,
Is this like the fifth dimensional argument where, like, if you're 5, then you can't have alternate Virgil? So, that's stupid. Please stop saying that, guys.
Okay, so my argument, and the one me and Kyle agree on is that is that because of the fact that we what the fuck? Sorry, hang on, is that because of the fact that we now see what would have happened in the fight had Nero not gotten involved, and we also can confirm that now they're not actually on death's roll like we originally thought, that this would mean that Nero scales to a fatigued Virgil, which would mean he would scale to the 1 from SC, which in turn means that he would in fact be superior to Fury, since the fatigued Virgil, who is fighting
In the alternate ending, yes, I agree. I agree with that, Nero.
Why do you have to preface this as like an alternate universe or alternate ending when this is very clearly the events of the game?
Because
if Nero hadn't gone
it
involved.
literally is.
So if I get
involved in
Oh my God.
that doesn't get retconned. How many times
hang on. No.
It's not retcon.
Hang on.
The main
If
event
I
is
get
still
a fucking
occurred.
statement, if I get a statement from Itsuno saying this is exactly what would have happened if Nero didn't stop their fight, would you fucking concede this point?
I need to confirm that he thinks it's canon, though.
It doesn't have to be canon!
Yes!
It doesn't have to be canon to the main canon, is what I'm saying here. It doesn't have to be canon to the main storyline.
that would
Look,
make it
so
alternate
Mangler,
canon, then.
this is what you don't understand. It doesn't have to take precedence over the canon. All it needs to do is be used as supporting evidence.
So you're using supporting evidence from an alternate scenario that contradicts the main storyline
No,
directly,
it only
though.
contradicts because Nero's not there.
Yeah.
This is a scenario where you take away Nero.
I don't
Dude,
understand
if Nero's there, you can't get scaling for him. That's the
what-
fucking
Get rid of
No,
Nero.
okay,
You can
okay,
use
okay,
this.
okay, hang on,
No,
hang on.
you can use this for. You can use this for the context of the Virgil he fights in the main game. This is supporting evidence of what state Virgil was in.
No.
Why is it
Yes!
not? Why is it not? Why is it
Because
not?
it still takes up valuable portions of the source material. Nero's involvement is an incredible portion
Okay, but that
to
doesn't
his
matter to
stamina.
Virgil's condition, though. Okay,
Why wouldn't it?
because this is because what does Nero do to Virgil's condition outside of just stopping him and throwing him back?
Well,
Or
aside
what does
from
Nero
the,
do to Virgil's condition? My bad, I forgot.
I mean, he still gives him damage as well. Any amount of damage would affect his stamina. Additionally, Nero confirms he's going to die. And yes, I can use that statement, as I've already confirmed he can sense Yamato's
because
power.
again,
No, I've already confirmed he can sense Yamato's power.
Okay.
Okay,
And you can't sense Dante's
and Yama-
power.
He can't sense Dante's power even though he's fought Dante multiple times.
Yes, but he doesn't have demonic power yet. If you want to say he can sense Yamato's power, that's only Yamato though. Where's my
He was convinced they were still going to kill each other even after they showed up.
Mangler, Nero did fight Virgil.
Nero was convinced that he could take on Urizen. What's your point?
Well, because
I mean, he's not wrong there.
because here he's actually like right.
Okay.
Because I see you can tie statements to his credibility, but like I can prove Nero's wrong about statements because of feats and things that actually happen. Whereas what happens here with his statements are not proven wrong by the events
Okay,
in the game.
so let's say that he can feel the power of Yamato. What in reality makes him be able to sense Virgil or Dante and not just the power
Yamato
of
is literally Virgil's power. and tied to his life force. 5 confirms that. Now, you don't even need SE to prove that, even though SE does state that. It's stated in his Sin Devil Trigger file that Yamato is the true form of his power.
Okay.
So if you're telling me his soul and his life aren't connected to that, I'm going to call bullshit on you.
Okay, so my problem here, and I think most people will disagree with you on this one because your logic here is not your only logic here is because these events didn't happen in the main game, they therefore cannot be used. That's your only logic.
I argue because they contradict. I argue contradict.
Yes, which is exactly
Nothing,
what I said.
They can't.
That is your logic. Your logic.
Not no.
It doesn't work.
Those are two. What you just said are 2 different arguments.
No, they're not.
What doesn't happen, what happens, and contradicts it are 2 different things.
Yes, which
You could certainly have scenes. You could certainly have scenes. Hang on. You could certainly have scenes and things that occurred that added more that don't conflict with the thing. Like, for example, a bunch of the dialogue that happens in Virgil's, like, fucking ending, you could argue for some of it not conflicting because it's information we never knew. Like, how they talk about their father and their mother, like, I seem to recall, like...
That would only be extending original cutscenes, though. That wouldn't be, like, directly intertwining or showing.
Yeah, I'm just giving you an example of something, like, information...
Why would you accept the extended cutscenes there that we don't see in the
You kind of...
version?
I'm giving you an example of it. I never said I accepted it. That would be an example if it was thrown. No. If it was thrown into the same cutscene there, I don't know where you would find the context for them to have that line. If they're just throwing it out, if they're interacting with Nero, but you could probably accept that. Certainly.
Imagine being a planet being destroyed by Yasuo who is in gold. I did not get destroyed. Oh, was that guy planet? Sorry.
I don't know what that means.
That's a reference to the League of Legends game.
Okay.
Okay.
No surprise.
Okay. This doesn't work, Mingler, for multiple reasons. BlazBlue has multiple contradicting endings, but the scalings for these what-if paths are still scaled despite this fact.
That's true. All fighting games have that.
Yeah, this is a pretty common system here when it comes to scaling.
They usually do what-if
Except that this doesn't occur in DMC. Except that this doesn't occur in DMC. DMC typically has one canonical ending.
No, I understand that, but we now have a what-if ending that would have happened. Well, actually, it's not even a what-if ending. It just confirms how the fight would have gone down because fucking Reggie's right.
Still a what-if ending because the main event still. You think he still beats Virgil in the main game?
No.
How many times did I have to explain?
Nero beats Virgil in the fight. Virgil confirms I won't lose next time, and hence in the book as Dante goes.
He says that line in the main game with all of that extra information. Okay, and we figure out that that's not true at all.
But the SE version confirms that same events happened though, because otherwise the line just makes no sense. Period in SE.
That would just mean that version of Nero would scale to him. That wouldn't make it for
which is equal to the version of Nero who exists in the main universe. We're not talking.
But the main universe, Nero doesn't have that feat though. Like,
this is the problem. No, this is the problem with your argument. It's literally No, this is Mangler's argument, and I fucking hate it because he uses it for a bunch of different series. I don't see it, therefore it can't be true.
No, well, hold up, fucking shit there. You make an awful lot of art. You do not want to take that tone with me as compared to the amount of fucking people that have told me Quicksilver and Doppelganger aren't fucking canon in the other games because I don't see them.
Okay.
You really were willing to die on that fucking hill? I know you're not, Balrog. That's pretty disingenuous. And you know it.
Let's look at it specifically. I would argue that Mangler here has a problem with adding. I'm confused. Okay, Reggie, what are you confused on here? So the argument on the table is this.
Maybe it's the 3 different people arguing.
Well, I mean, no, me and Kyle are arguing on the same side here for the most part. You're the only one who disagrees, and I want to talk to Devil about this, but unfortunately, Devil has his own problems on the home front that I'm not going to get into. Because Devil contacted me earlier, and I was going to talk to him about it as well, but unfortunately, he, like I said, has problems on the home front.
The home front. I'm sorry. I find that like a funny term to describe like people's like homes. It's nothing.
Is it not a problem at the home, which is in front of you?
No, well, it is, but like it just sounds. I'm sorry. Go on. I won't. I'll be quiet.
Okay.
I'll control myself.
The problem here is this. So Mangler is arguing for the idea of an alternate universe being the SC endings. The problem here is that these alternate universe counterparts would be equal to their original counterparts regardless, because we have no proof otherwise to say these are stronger or weaker. Which means that if alternate universe Nero okay, so basically, no, the reference here is Dante and Virgil. If alternate universe Dante and Virgil weren't going to kill each other with that final slice, this means the final slice in DMC5, as most of us already knew, wasn't actually going to kill Dante or Virgil, because that wouldn't make sense based on the lore of the series. It was just going to lead to a more intense fight, which means that the Virgil who Nero fought at the end of the main canon and this alternate canon, since I guess he does fight in the alternate canon as well, is not on the verge of death. He would be fatigued, but not on death's doorstep as we originally believed. Which means that if a fatigued Virgil is able to beat people like the Fury, this would most likely mean Nero is superior to the Fury as well. That's the main argument here. I'm not even going to argue AP here, I'm just fighting for speed right now.
My argument is simply that I agree with that in the context of an alternate scenario, just not the main one. Because those events like still don't occur in the main game.
Okay.
And it's not up to a different interpretation. The game's literally built around the concept of them having their fight broken up by Nero. So to have another ending that exists that puts direct contradiction to that, hang on. I find to be very important. Because Nero's involvement isn't just him stopping.
But Reggie, no, Dante and Virgil never confirmed that that final strike was going to kill them, and the same cutscene occurs in SE. They say, I think it's about time we ended this, and then they just go into a much more intense fight. Which, again, makes more sense lore-wise than one sword slice killing them. It just makes more sense for them to go into a more intense fight.
They've already been fighting for 20 minutes at that point. So I find that very unlikely that they would not kill each other with the next strike.
The what-if scenario that shows what would have happened if Nero didn't get involved directly disagrees with you.
Again, the what-if scenario isn't canon to the main one.
Oh
so
I will fucking... Oh my god.
Dude, get me a statement that Insuno says this is the interpretation that I wanted for the game. Or something to that effect. That doesn't even need to be that exactly.
Is SC's Virgil ending where they don't kill each other one slice what would have happened if Nero doesn't get involved? And he says yes. Are you gonna fucking accept you're wrong here, or no?
All that means is that it's still a what-if scenario. That doesn't make it canon.
A what-if scenario you can backscale to the canon. What is wrong with you here?
Dude, DMC has never had what-if scenarios.
Well, guess what, Mangler? We now have our first what-if scenario.
Yeah, so we need to tread a little lightly.
Dude, you have to prove that the versions in this alternate universe that you are proposing are vastly different.
Dude, in this alternate universe, Virgil literally runs through the entire fucking story by himself and then fights Dante at the end.
Okay,
and still kills all these other characters.
Obviously, the cutscenes would... Obviously, Virgil playing through the entire events of the game would not be canon to the cutscenes. That would just be absurd.
Yeah, but that still happens, though.
Okay, but we're talking about what's in the cutscenes, though, and what leads into the boss battle, which is basically segueing directly from the cutscene. I'm not referring to how the boss battle goes down. I'm referring to how the boss battle starts as a whole.
No. I don't have a problem with him fighting Dante. I'm talking about the entirety of the game.
The problem
even
is
under
you're making a fucking key for a character who doesn't need a new key because it would directly backscale back to canon based on what we see. Wait, I'm fighting Silence? Fuck, I think I lose this matchup. Like, why are you making this more complicated? Wait.
It doesn't, no, Abyss Hunter, the Ragna doesn't apply here. As I've said before, DMC doesn't typically have multiple endings. This is the first time this has ever happened. So you're definitely going to need to get some clarification on this one. Sorry. Also, Virgil being 4D has nothing to do with an alternate version. Azara, stop saying this. 4D, 5D, they have nothing to do with alternate versions unless that's something that's specifically stated in the canon of your series. Zen, back me up on this one before we get back to our thing. I don't know why people keep bringing this up.
This is because
you
it's
being
how
above
Marvel and DC treated, so that's why.
I don't even know if that's true in the case of Marvel or DC.
It is how DC treats it. I know for a fact that's how DC treats it.
It's not how Marvel treats it. Like the freaking what's it called? The celestial entities that they're also called like different names. They're literally higher dimensional beings that are way above the fourth dimension, and they have different versions of avatars with each other across multiple different universes in the alternate, in the unlimited Marvel multiverse. So that's not even remotely true.
From what I understand, they're not like they're high dimensional tiers. Most of the times you see them. From what I understand, that's what I guess confirmed like one of the common lines.
Also, me saying that Nero doesn't have to fight the Fury to scale to it is not the same thing as V can't fight Beowulf because the story doesn't recognize it. Because I can prove that V can fight Beowulf because he's fought stronger people before. And has consistently done so with no other outside derailing factors. Like, you guys realize that the reason I argue against Nero scaling, despite the fact that I want to upscale him, is because he has problems getting legitimate feats in DMC5 because all of his feats are contradicted by outside evidence or by not having... Well, okay, they're contradicted if you assume by themselves with no context are taken validly. So, for example, if I say that Nero scales to Urizen even partially, or that he scales to like a small fraction of his power because he cut through his barrier. With no context, you could probably make that argument. But then you look at context and you realize Urizen's holding back significantly. You realize the crystal has no durability feats.
I mean, but you would have to prove that holding back significantly is not a substantial portion of power, though, because you don't even scale Nero like above the star level.
I must feel nothing to
What the fuck are you talking about? I scale DMC3 Dante at Solar System.
Alright, well, you get the point right level, whatever. The point I'm trying to make is you don't even scale DMC5 Nero above like DMC3 Dante, though.
I do.
Okay, so
I scale him above one Dante. I scale him above one Dante.
So you just so what do you put him at then?
I put him like I put him above like any one of like the major demons from 5, outside of like Urizen.
Wait. Why would you scale him above King Cerberus and Malphus though? What's your? Well,
I mean, yeah, he kills Malphus. Cerberus. Well, as far as Cerberus, I'm kind of like back and forth on that because Cerberus doesn't really have any like statements. I mean, he just says, "My fire is stronger than Burial's." Okay, Nero beat Burial when he was like way weaker. My ice is better than Bale. Okay, Nero beat Bale when he was way weaker. And then my lightning is the strongest in the underworld. Okay, so I guess you're stronger than Cavalier because as far as there's maybe stronger lightning users in the underworld. I'm not stating that, but as far as the one, look, current existing ones, Mundus is dead. As far as current existing ones that exist, stop it. He's not coming back until he does. So Cavalier would be the strongest one that we know of currently, and Cavalier is still weaker than Malphus, who was still beaten by Nero with a headshot.
So if a vision says these like Cavalier is a powerful Mundus, are you gonna do that?
Yep. I don't know where he got that information, but like, all right, sure. dude, like, do you realize how close we are? Like, how close I am to just being like, Yorzuni. I don't like. I just need like one fucking statement. I'm not like some person who's like, I need a feat to back this. No. I just need a statement. I just need one goddamn statement. This is why I fight so fucking hard, because as soon as I can do that, then I can make different arguments for a lot of things that exist here, assuming I have that information to back it up now. Because I'm just talking out of my ass if I just say he can like...
I'm gonna go ahead and ask Marek to know the fucking question about the fucking ending just to see what they'll fucking tell me, but I need to know what they need to say exactly so I can word my questions to satisfy your fucking standards, woman.
Ask like a question and then like a small follow-up. Like, is this canon? Does it take priority over the original?
No, okay, well,
in addition to whatever.
Well, obviously, actually, I don't even know if it takes priority over the original because it is like the new ending, so I don't even know if they would actually say this.
Dude, just ask them.
But like, even
just ask them.
Because my problem is like, even if they agree that this is what would have happened canonically if Nero hadn't gotten involved, you still won't accept that as scaling. That's my problem here. Like, what do you?
No, I would say it's canon. I would have a hard time arguing like certain elements of it, because then people would be asking me like, well, it's canon now. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, how does the Nero interactions happen? And you're like, what do you mean?
No, see, okay,
like, well, Nero doesn't break them up, so how did their conversation occur?
You're misunderstanding the point I'm making here. The point I'm trying to make here is that they could outright say, this is what would have happened if Nero didn't get involved, but you needed to be the canon event to be usable. That's my problem here, because you're wrong here in this regard. Because if they say this is what would have happened if Nero didn't get involved in that moment, this means that you're wrong about where Virgil's fatigued at, and I can easily make Suck it, fucker, I have
Hang on a sec. Wait, how can you scale DMC3 Dante to solar system level? Dark Sparta, do you even do the lore? How many times do I have to explain what a supernova is to people? That a star and a supernova are not the same thing. A star by itself is a star. A supernova is a star exploding at the end of its lifespan, wiping out everything in the immediate vicinity, usually many planets in a solar system that it occupies, because many stars are orbited by planets and usually have their own star system. Some of them don't, but a lot of them do. And that just the force of Beowulf making contact with something is literally like confirmed to be a miniature supernova, uncharged, no devil trigger, not damping it or anything. That was also a Dante that was weaker than Beowulf at the time. So a Dante by the end of the game who is much stronger than Beowulf, with that added on top of it, and DT would certainly be solar system.
No. Okay, Reggie, regarding that one, no. The cutscene shows they're doing the exact same slice. Like, understand you cannot argue against the cutscene. This is very clearly meant to be the final slice we saw on DMC5. But all this shows us is what actually would have happened if Nero didn't fucking ruin the moment.
Also, DMC1 Dante beating King Cerberus, I never said that. I said Nero is stronger than DMC1 Dante. And that you could maybe make some arguments for him beating King Cerberus. If you just take King Cerberus, if King Cerberus with his current lore isn't given any like exposition or extrapolation, then certainly you could argue that Nero could beat him. Because currently all go ahead.
Which means that you would argue, because again, unless you're saying are you saying DMC5 Nero is vastly superior to DMC1 Dante, or what are you saying here?
I'm saying he's like I both believe they're in like the multi-solar range. I just think he's like probably 10,
so you think
maybe
King
hundreds of times stronger.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I would argue any because I also believe that Burial should at least be stronger than like the fucking Gate Guardians for sure. I don't know about Mundus's generals though. You could probably make an argument that he's up there.
So Mangler, if you scale him to 1, do you at least get him to infinite?
What? Nero? Yeah. Oh yeah. Like,
alright.
You guys realize, like, I'm the one who proposed infinite speed for DMC3, right? Like, what?
No, that was
why
me.
wouldn't I
said it based on the. Well, no, I think I was looking for.
No, that. Oh, yeah, you're the one that's like, well, the abysses have never known defeat. And I was like, well.
If you think Nero can beat King Cerberus, then he would scale to the Fury. That's a
no.
This is being lucky.
So even if the Fury is weaker than the King Cerberus, that doesn't mean Nero can touch him. That's like,
what?
This is the problem. Like the Fury, in terms of like a demon, outside of like Demon Kings, is like outside of maybe like Void Mundus and Chen with the Beast Heads, is like the fastest character in the series we had seen up to that point, outside of like Gerson.
Before we get into this, I want to clarify, Mangler. Okay, so I'll say it since I guess he didn't hear you. Okay, so the reason Mangler argues for Solar System DMC3 is because it's a supernova and not just hitting with the force of a star, because Mangler is right, a supernova is far more destructive than just like a regular star, obviously.
The star is never mentioned. When people say Dante is star level in DMC3, star is never mentioned. It's only supernova. People who say star are either wrong or trying to downplay. The word supernova is the only thing given. Anyway, continue.
Fuck, I'm here.
Also, Mingler, are you saying King Cerberus would lose to Griffin or Phantom? Which Griffin or Phantom? Also, having him lose to V and having him lose to Griffin and Phantom is not the same thing. Because Griffin and Phantom could certainly attack him over time and slowly do some minor damage if they're getting revived every 5 seconds by V. I'm talking about in the context of V having those summons, not in context of like the original Griffin or Phantom. No, I think those guys would be fucking murdered by King Cerberus, based on King Cerberus' statements, because he's already confirmed he's the strongest lightning user in the underworld, which means he's stronger than Trish. And Trish, as Cavalier, as well as like post the end of DMC1, is way stronger than all of Lucas's servants. The only one you can make a compelling argument for is like Unsealed Nightmare or maybe like Noah Angelo. Why is it called a small supernova? Because that's what the description is called. It's with the force of a miniature supernova. Didn't Dante say Nero's punch would have killed him even if it was hyperbole? No, that was hyperbole. That was Dante talking shit. Like that. He's just like, not gonna die my ass. That bitch slap nearly killed me. He was just salty that Nero smacked him. That was all. He was also just, you know, granted, you could say like maybe Nero hit him while, since he hit him off guard, he took a little bit more damage, and he just decided to take a nap as a result. But I don't really care about that portion because what happens in that scene regarding Dante's interactions aren't the main focus. It's clearly like Nero versus Virgil.
Like, I'm as fast as fuck.
Struggling in gold? How embarrassing. He underestimated Nero when he wasn't going to die. I think that's probably fair because he just took a nap afterwards. And then he was like, fine. Though for some reason, when he takes a nap, he's sitting in the middle of the Clive-Off, and then during gameplay, he's like off to the side watching you. So I don't know, like if he did like an air trick over there. But then when the cutscene ends, he's back where he started. So it makes me wonder if they just ran off to the edge and started fighting each other over there, and Dante's just like passed out. Dante also makes it sound like he watched what was happening because he's just like, you cut off your son's arm for more power, and you still lost. And I'm like, dude, you were passed out. You couldn't. Or I guess you weren't because in gameplay you were watching. I don't know.
I wouldn't really even say I'm struggling here in gold. I'm actually doing way better than I fucking realized. The team is struggling hard, but I'm fine.
A nap can save someone's life. That's true. I'm just saying, like, I found it funny that he made it seem like he was watching it when he was really just taking a snooze. He's like, yeah, don't worry, I'll definitely watch you. But then Dante, right before he like passes out, it's like, I don't really care.
So where do you scale King Cerberus? I scale him above Mundus and Cher Urizen.
If you think King Cerberus is stronger than Cher Urizen, you're gonna have to back that up. What feats does he have other than like fighting in-game Dante, who literally, like by this logic, I could scale every minor demon in DMC4, or every boss demon in DMC4 and DMC5 to Dante because they fight him for a little bit.
No.
Let's see, like, I
don't.
Well, see, I can do that for 3 or for 1 because that Dante at that point is fighting forces like Virgil and Mundus who have control of demons that are almost as strong as they are, and those forces are already more powerful than him. So I can make a compelling argument that their subordinates would be comparable, or at least would be strong enough to fight Dante. I can't make that argument for Dante necessarily, because as soon as Dante gets the blood, he fucking sweeps Urizen. Also, most of the other like demons, boss demons that are fought are not really that impressive. I mean, it's like the Clive-Off roots, literally just something that like V with like Griffin and Shadow can kill. Nero doesn't like they're not it's literally just a root. Nihog is also apparently so weak that according to visions of V one-shot him. Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
So for context, Visions of V is now entering the main canon of like it's now entering the main story of DMC now. So we're gonna have to fucking we're gonna be looking at that one for sure. We're gonna get canon versions. Potentially canon versions of the fight. I don't know if they differently. Mangler might not like them.
Guide my soul.
It's like you guys don't seem to understand that when you have two different interpretations of a fight that contradict one another, we have to find out what the actual canon is.
No, because we don't need them both to be canon for this to work. That's the problem. That's the problem we're having on the table, which is why someone asked fucking Matt Walker on Twitter, since I can't get to swear right now, if fucking if this is what would have happened
if something's not canon, then I don't bother using it. I don't use Dilber at all because he caused direct contradictions to the story.
That, but you're inherently wrong with how I see handling the situation. So this will show us exactly what happened if it didn't get involved.
We'll have to agree to disagree on that because I'm tired of arguing this nonsense with you.
You're dying on a hill that only you stand on, and maybe Devil, but I'm pretty sure I can argue with Devil and get him to agree on this one.
King Cerberus fights a DSD DMC5, Dante. Also, you don't know if he's holding back against him. It's already been confirmed in various descriptions in Dante's demeanor and everything he says across the entire series that Dante plays with his enemies. Like this is literally a statement in DMC3's description that Dante just fucks around with people before he crushes them. Also, you'd have to blatantly ignore the way that Dante goes about the cutscene, where he thinks that fighting King Cerberus is, quote, taking him for a walk. So, I mean, if you actually think he's not holding back against someone, and when he actually thinks he's gonna walk him like a dog, I don't see like in what position you'd be. I don't know.
Oh, hello, Kingsley.
I don't know in what position you'd be to argue that. And plus, King Cerberus, all he says in terms of his statements is that like we can scale him above previous characters in the series based on the statements like, my ice is stronger than Bale, my fire is stronger than Burial, and my lightning is the strongest in the underworld. And I scale him based on those statements, for certain. But the problem is that I don't have anything besides those statements. Because I have the same degree of proof to say he's stronger than Mundus as I do for like a kid in Port Burial. They also fought a Dante who was vastly superior to Mundus.
I'm not sure. Hold on, I heard before they were confirming the Guild Wars creation for Mundus.
No.
If before Nightmare did confirm that would make way more sense canonically than it being fucking.
It doesn't. It just says that the Black Knights are a creation. It doesn't confirm that Gilbert is, because how Gilbert interacts with the Angelo armors is also canonically inconsistent. Because ever since DMC1, you know, the game that the DMC1 novel was designed to mirror, it's been established that the armors are things that you have to like physically fucking like put on and shit, or you have to have them built around you. The way Gilbert interacts with them is like a transformation, where he literally has to like shape them and wrap them around his body actively. Also, Gilbert is sentient, which kind of messes with all canon involving Virgil's involvement from before 3 till the end of 1. Because he's very specifically not under control of his body in DMC1. That's actually a main point and a main theme of the game, is that he can't control himself.
Beowulf versus Balrog.
Beowulf loses because Balrog, like Lucia was convinced that she couldn't beat Balrog, and she's way stronger than Beowulf. If we're talking like gameplay-wise, it's a different story. Oh, Balrog would probably still have more combo potential. Balrog DMC5 is Dante is stronger. Balrog DMC5 Dante is stronger than 3.
That's on the team. I was gonna say, I actually translated what Jaden said.
Dante is still stronger than DMC1, so his hits should do more damage. Then... Oh, okay, never mind. Whatever. Talking DMC5 Bayo. Well, DMC5 Bayo is just Virgil amping it, so it's really not like... I guess you could say the same thing for Dante as well. Granted, Balrog as a demon is way more powerful than Beowulf, so he obviously wouldn't have to amp it as much, but he'd still be exponentially stronger than either one of them.
Well,
so the difference would be negligible.
Is getting a lore upgrade wise, so he might actually be stronger than what we originally put him at.
Oh yeah. You could argue they've also technically. Well, no. I mean, I guess it was never not stated that his power was limited. It was never stated initially that the original power was limited. So you can say that this isn't a retcon, but it is a pretty heavy like lore change. That does change, right? Because Beowulf never had a statement for having immeasurable power. This is pretty big.
Well, I mean,
what's the scaling of these summons? Above the at least above the generals, because the statements regarding Visions of V, where Griffin says we're not as strong as you used to be, that's directly contradicted by the events of DMC5, also by the events of Visions of V, as they're still capable of fighting people stronger than the general, or at least as strong as their original forms. Plus, it wouldn't really matter regardless, because if I'm killing a demon that's like a small fraction of how strong I am, and they constantly keep coming back and poking me in the leg, Eventually, after I hit them enough times and they keep coming back, they're going to get stronger. So, hang on a sec.
Emotions are a weak killing spree.
Sorry, I gotta go. My 20 minutes are up.
So, not quite what I was expecting, Kyle, but I think we were pretty spot on with our prediction. This Kyle's down a lot more. I know we got that. Yeah, probably. I mean, Soul's definitely gone there. Kyle is there, but I guess he's talking to somebody. Can anyone try and get a statement from Matt or Itsuno claiming that this is a what if, like what would have actually happened? I mean, you can still backscale regardless, even if it is a like what if, and then like the actual thing would have been different. This you can still backscale. Oh fuck me! Sorry about
This world
Hello, Cyber.
was made to last.
Yo, are you streaming Special Edition?
No, I'm bored. I don't have an Xbox One, unfortunately. Also, the Xbox services are down, ironically enough. I can't even sign the Xbox.
Well, my job just finished, so I can stay and stream for a little bit. What are you guys streaming?
I'm probably just streaming League of Legends, having a casual conversation. Hey, Cyber, I need your opinion on something regarding what-if scenarios.
Which what if?
Are you familiar with are you familiar with SC's new Virgil ending, so to speak?
No, I am not. I've heard he's a bit douchey in that ending, more so than usual.
Oh yeah, he's way more douchey. But no, so you know how Dante and Virgil are gonna quote unquote kill each other with their final attack in dmc5 they charge each other?
Yeah.
So SC shows us what happens if Nero wouldn't get involved. And it shows that they actually miss their final attack and they go into an even more intense boss battle. This is what would have happened if Nero didn't get involved. So this means Virgil was not near death when he fought Nero. Oh, hang on.
Doesn't that upscale Nero quite a bit?
That's what me and Kyle are saying. That okay, so then Virgil, a fatigued Virgil, casually smacks aside a Fury later on in the final cutscene. This should be scalable to Nero. Because of the alternate ending showing he's not near dead. Xbox services are down, so you might not even be able to sign in.
Anyways, so I just, got hired at Target. I got my coverage You gotta be yanking my chain.
That's not your fault.
Feel nothing
No.
to fight.
I'll be back.
But it's just
Sorry.
funny though, because I was so worried about it, and then it's like surprise.
So when do you go to work today?
I don't know what today or what tomorrow.
So what's gonna be your new schedule then? If you're gonna be cashier, that'll be fine for you because you're not as bad as I am when it comes to fucking people. Well, I'm actually great with people, but you know what I'm saying. Cashier is fine for like an easy job.
I'm gonna be doing cashier and fulfillment.
Oh, now it fucking works.
An enemy has been
However, it isn't canon, so no, it's what would have happened otherwise. You're completely wrong here,
That's 'cause
Reggie.
God's on my side.
No, you're completely fucking wrong here, Reggie. And I'll debate you on this one. The only argument you and Mangler can bring to the table in any capacity is straight up just, oh, well, we don't see it happen in the main game, so we can't confirm these are the actual events, even though this is very clearly what it's supposed to be. No, you're fucking wrong here. Hang hang on. Also, ring seems over. The what? What the fuck is the witch? I mean, well, I honestly can't kill it. No, but like, my name is like... Is that like
There's a character named Bill in the game.
What? Wait, are you serious?
It's either her or a Wendigo.
Oh, I was gonna say, what the fuck do you mean the witch? Is that like the famous... Alright guys, I'm gonna get the achievement for crowning her.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking high. The twins?
Oh, check it out, nigga. Oh, I have a pass.
The light of
I have a pass.
And you used hard R.
I did not use hard R there.
No,
I used
guys,
A. I used A.
guys.
I used A. I used A.
Report this.
I used A.
Wow.
I got a pass.
What the heck is this killer?
Check it out.
You
Well,
can throw the baby? How are they twins?
I'm not saying you're wrong. It upscales Nero because this means Nero is superior or comparable to a fatigued Virgil. And if he's comparable to a fatigued Virgil, that would mean that he is...
An ally has been slain.
1 second.
The divine path.
That would mean that Nero can fight Furies because a fatigued Virgil can casually slap Furies, which would mean that fucking Nero would be as fast as Furies. That's weird. Wait, she has...
Wow. So if a chest is already open, she can search an empty chest and find an item. But
Are you saying it's time for my...
you unlock chests 80% faster. Dang. Deception? Your adventurous lifestyle requires moments of crafty. Interacting with the locker while sprinting will trigger a loud noise notification and cause you to leave no scratch marks for 3 seconds.
Fuck.
You no longer enter lockers while sprinting and while this perk is active. Deception can only be triggered every 40 seconds.
No.
Dang.
I'm not saying Nero scales AP wise to
When being carried by
Virgil.
the killer, reaching 25% wiggle activates Power Struggle. When Power Struggle is active, you can drop a nearby standing...
So basically now we have like viability again for fucking service. What I'm saying
What?
is that Nero's speed should scale to a Fury
What?
because if a fatigued Virgil can casually slap aside a Fury, that would most likely mean Nero could fight a Fury as well at like relatively full strength.
Cope de Grace. When...
Again, personally, me and Kyle scale Nero to Demon King level at bare
Okay,
minimum.
but-
Personally, we believe he's like Demon King level, maybe a bit higher. Kyle believes he scales up to Fruit Urizen. The highest I would scale Nero is Cherry Urizen at the end of the game. But we're talking strictly
And
speed
so
here.
the killer one is, there's like 2 more chests in the map, but every time they open a chest, you can see it, and you can see whenever they pick up an item. And because of that perk, they're kind of guaranteed to not get...
That's
anything
bullshit.
higher
They're
than
counting
blue.
my A strategy. It's bullshit.
And let's see.
So that's the argument on the table here. It's not that Nero would scale to Virgil's full
Wow.
AP. It's strictly regarding speed itself.
Wow, is that a hex? So the killer one is whenever you damage a gen, if people are on another gen that's not worked on, they all start to regress. So it's basically Ruin but without a hex.
So they brought Ruin back.
And then Cope de Grace?
What do you think the God Tier's AP is for DMC? Are you referring to DMC's God Tiers here? Then that would be around like, that'd be like 2B to, I'd say 2B for now. Like for sure into like the mid range of 2C, but I suspect I would say 2B. And there's no bias there regarding the tier 2B in any capacity,
Wow.
as you can clearly see in the
This
back
is
here.
Blood Launch?
There's no bias here for the tier 2B in any capacity.
Dude, these maps are just... this. Like, tell me this doesn't look like what Dead by Daylight 2 should have looked like.
Yeah, it looks really good. Oh wait, is this the one with all the annoying ass buses and shit? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, this map looks fucking...
It's the Autohaven one.
If you want a little bit, we can try... Well, fuck, it's like, I don't know if I can stream more shit besides League of Legends when League of Legends did their whole new fucking thing. I'm pretty sure I can, but it's like, I don't want to risk it.
What are you talking about?
When they're like, your whole moral rights to your content and shit, I don't know if they're like, like, the only reason I play League of Legends super fucking hard, in terms of when I play League of Legends, is strictly because, like, I don't want to get fucking legal problems. Why does scale 2B? The multiplier gets so fucking massive after a while that we just can't quantify it. But given what we maybe...
Wait. Okay, so your power is...
Can you jump over platforms, or...
I think so.
Oh, then yeah, the Buster animation confirms it also in the base game. Nero had to keep up to Virgil and Urizen to not die. Okay, so he doesn't have to keep up to Urizen... Oh! Oh.
They need to get rid of the baby, so if the baby's on them, they have to get it off.
Okay, so you can't really scale Nero to Urizen complete. Why did it scale 2B? I hope I explained my reasoning there. Okay, like, in an actual debate, if I were to debate other people, I would only bring up 2B if I really need to, but if, like, let's say I'm debating a Kratos guy, if we can both agree on, like, the mid-range of 2C, like, as an equalized playing field, I would be fine with that. I'm not going to fucking upgrade my character when I start losing, you know, unlike a certain other Kratos scaler who did to me. Sorry, a little salty there. 2C makes more sense in my opinion. Well, no, because 2C only goes up to 1,000. And based on what me and Mangler have been doing with the whole blood and trying to calculate blood, the multiplier would be vastly higher than 1,000. Especially for Urizen and shit. So, 1,000 is really low-balling blood as a whole. It looks interesting, I will say that. But I mean, I'll be honest here, as long as you agree to like 2C DMC, or fuck, if you even agree to 3A DMC, I don't even give a fuck. Like, dude, we're Gucci. Like, we're fine there, dude. Like, if you don't want to say 2B seems too much, like, dude, that's fine. I'm not gonna fucking like kick. Like I told fucking Beyonder once when we were debating Despair in Body versus Void Mundus or like that. I'm like, I'm not gonna drag you kicking and screaming. If I can get you to a reasonable level, I'm not gonna fucking like. It's fine,
so
dude. I see that shade.
The twins have 2 Moris.
That's pretty cool. If you mean shade towards that Kratos
What
guy,
an interesting killer.
we'll see how he plays. Or how they play, I guess. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Well, let's see what you got.
So yeah, no, that's ultimately the situation there on that one. Regarding DMC's AP. Now, personally, I could potentially argue for higher AP, being like 1C and shit, based on 5th Dimensional, but this depends on how you scale Dimensional Tyrion stuff. Oh, he's having a lot more fun. Oh, I got banned somebody. Let's ban. Let's actually, yeah, let's ban Yumi.
More of a dog person, huh?
A ver, mira. Ugh.
That's gross.
That is really gross.
Could Virgil become V for as long as he wants without time limit in canon? It's unclear. Apparently when you summon V...
Yo, like real quick, shout out to the game developers for making something look really gross though. That looked disgusting. And then Montre even said, that's a different kind of Mori, you know? It's not a murder Mori, it's a gotcha Mori.
Okay, so according to V, when V goes into his attack, he directly says, I'm going to take my time. So, it could be that Virgil controls it, or it could be that V himself decides how long he wants to stay out for, but he just chooses not to stay out very long. If that makes sense. And can he separate V from his own body, making V his own person? That we don't know for sure. I mean, logically, he could be. Logically, he should be able to.
Mori, Monto.
But we just don't know. You guys thinking a Sona game? I would play Seraphine for a fucking joke, but unfortunately I don't have Seraphine.
Oh, if there's no baby, it's different.
Ironically enough, I gotta be honest here, the baby one's way better than that one.
Yeah. Well, because the baby one's gross. So, let me tell you why we all thought it was,
Alright guys, so I got Leona, Bay, Morgana, you know... Ooh.
Yeah. So, this is why we all thought it was the witch or the Wendigo.
But I will not break.
Yeah, you're gonna miss it short. That's why we all thought it was a witch or a Wendigo.
Yo, check the new Exprovocation Virgil, also greens to you and your brother. The drawing you asked for will take some time. That's fine, Newhan. I'm gonna send you just...
What's up, Newhan?
I'm gonna send you like 3 more things real fast. Just send it all to me at once. I'm gonna just go... I'm already almost done editing the book. I'm gonna go through and like start doing all the formatting and stuff for it. Did my dumbass seriously not change my fucking summoner spell? Oh my god, I'm going to this the fucking TP. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, because I would like to get the book out by November, or by the end of November. So while originally I was gonna like ask for more pictures, I'd rather just try and get it out by like the end of November. What the fuck is this?
David has Dead Hard.
Oh, it smiles.
That is so gross. Oh.
Every man's story ends in death. But we are
Man, that is really gross.
die.
I saw an actual fucking cosplayer do this fucking skin. It was fucking 10 out of 10.
Welcome to Summoner's
Oh, hey, Job
Rift.
Games, what's up?
We have already won. Seconds until
There's gonna be
minions
a
spawn.
game-changing update coming out soon.
Dante's hard boss and Virgil. When you're going by PS5 chair, you can play any character to the whole story. I wonder if Mission 20 be changed for Dante. No, apparently people are confirming that the Divergent mode is not actually canon, or it's not real, I guess. A lot of people are saying it's not real, so... very, very sad. The trophy list is misleading. It really means play as Virgil in the main game, which is labeled Dante in Euro V. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately that's what it means there.
They stir in the dark below. Minions have spawned.
I can't tell if she's wearing leggings or not. Kind of weird. Yeah, no, unfortunately... Free play mode, as I like to call it, would have been perfect for DMC5, but unfortunately, no. No, I was doing Masquerade.
A coven of witches to retake the thrones of gods.
It's not on the bush. It's not on the bush. It's not on the bush. Oh,
Getting younger, 5th anniversary this month.
or fuck. Double character drops everywhere?
Yeah.
Fantastic. No, fucking swimmer already died. You fucking kidding me. What?
A blanket of darkness falls.
It shouldn't be. Hang on, Valvoric. My apologies. I don't do categories on my streams. I think I just got put Devil May Cry 5. I see spoilers there. I'm sorry on that one. Not my intention to mislead. Sorry about that.
The old magic cannot be bound.
I didn't even put categories on here. Let me look at my editing. Yeah, my only category is gaming. Yeah, no. My only category is gaming. So, I think it's just because I put SC spoilers because I was talking about the SC spoilers. I guess I should put discussing there. My bad.
Our hearts are black with sorrow.
That's weird. Yeah, I don't specify games in my categories, so I always play random shit on these streams. Oh yeah, Yeah, I've seen the fact that we get a Dante fight in the dude. Get the minion, get the minion, get the minion. Oh, thank God.
It sustains us.
What's going on?
No, yeah, it's just that they're trying to help people catch up to like events, because like for instance like you and me that are having trouble catching up.
Are they guaranteeing drops then?
No, but it's like instead of 1, it's 2, and if it's in a shop, if it's 5, you get 10.
Wait, I guess that'll help me get my Ray up faster.
You know you're stuck.
I have not changed my bayonet scaling. Bayonet is still weak as
Wouldst
shit.
thou condemn the world? As will
They must have a warden because she would have predicted that shit hard. What are you doing? Oh yeah, you see in the EA Plus.
Yeah, dog. Why else would I be here?
All Dragon Age games, so I can now play Dragon Age games on.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, and don't forget to play perks, dog.
Yeah, how about instead I'm gonna fucking all Dead Space games are there too. Also Sims 4, so I'll probably be able to play Sims 4 for free.
I'm more curious about
What the fuck am I aiming at there? Oh my goodness, that was halfway across the planet.
thou must suffer more. The true world
Where's Dead Space
swirls
3?
beneath our feet.
That was banned like DMC
That is
1.
Dead Space 3. Yeah, but it doesn't even come with all the DLC though.
Check if it does actually, because if Dragon Age 2 comes out with DLC, I'm gonna replay Dragon Age 2 again hard.
Ancient magic. Lost.
Oh.
Oh, contains in-game purchases.
Game. No, doesn't matter. 3 skill higher. Hey, GG scaling for League as well? Yeah, I'm researching League of Legends scaling right now for the most part to get through that. Valvoric is still here. That's weird.
Dang, they had a lot of games.
This land is so grievously afflicted.
Rainbow Six got added to Game Pass?
Yeah, I got it recently.
Oh, was they on Ubisoft too?
No, I don't know Ubisoft. Yeah.
Xbox owns Ubisoft?
Xbox not on Ubisoft. Microsoft's not on Ubisoft. You're wrong. They own Bethesda.
Days of man.
One makes timeless classics, and the other one makes Assassin's Creed worse every year. Oh, Medal of Honor, dude, Medal of Honor deal. Oh, dude, Mass Effect 2 and 3. Oh yeah, I need to beat Mass Effect 3 still.
Horned owl.
Alright, yeah, so, I'll try and stream tomorrow morning, guys, to do, like, a continuation of either Final Fantasy 9 or start doing a Dead Space live stream session. Unfortunately, again, Xbox servers were down earlier, so I switched over to League of Legends.
Oh man, you wanna try Anthem?
No, I saw that, dude. I'll download it if you download it.
I'm kind of curious.
An ally has been
Planet Coaster
slain.
console.
Hey, Planet Coaster, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's not real though, you know?
I think it's basically the same thing as Drillville.
Fear is reverence.
I don't have an avatar.
Well,
That honestly makes the biggest difference. It's one of the reasons why I can't go back and just play the Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's not the same anymore. Planet Coaster, now in the dark. Let me tell you right now, they got me hooked on the visuals and music.
Dude, if it's not emo skater girl, then is it really worth playing?
Tear open the heart
An
of
ally
man
has been slain.
and drink deeply.
Is there an avatar or no?
Huh?
It's a welcome to New Era Simulation. Dude, I'll probably download it. It looks fun. I'll call it Zimland.
This is what I do to my subscribers. If you don't listen.
I put them on the roller coaster with no end. My aim was accurate, but she could just easily react to my attack because the moves are like fucking blasting speeds. There's some Weezer.
The truth will not be locked away.
We're not winning, but we're not doing too badly either. What the fuck is
Watch and listen. Shut down.
Her farming's kind of trash though. I don't know why.
Oh, that's fantastic. Actually, going to PA.
Yeah. Probably got added recently though. Oh, my map awareness is shit. Anyways, yeah, no. So regarding dmc5, I just want to know what the state of the actual cutscenes is. Like, do we take the interactions in SC to be canon, or do we take the interactions in the original game to be canon? Because Virgil's a lot more of a fucking Virgil's a lot more rude in the new version than he was in the original. A lot of people make the claim that this is because it just started, and like what we see is them doing it for a while. I've seen someone argue that like we just get 2 separate cutscenes where Virgil says, "Where'd you learn to count?" That's 2 separate instances, but that's a little weird there. Again, we just don't really know how that goes. Is that Evolve or Arc?
We feel the pain of all things.
Shelby A1
Ally has been slain.
As long as it's consistent, it's fine with me. Still kind of bad. We haven't been able to close in or do anything so far.
These are the last days of man. In my dreams, I see a great horned owl.
I feel kind of bad. I mean, it's not my fault we're in this situation, but I feel kind of bad. Can you take it off? Well, I am still streaming. Like, I mean, I'll get off like right now, but like that's
It's not copyrighted. Calm down. It's not even that loud either.
I'm still gonna pick it up regardless.
Darkness, tears.
I probably will end up just taking the stream down later. Have you ever scaled Kirby?
Oh yeah, because somebody didn't know how to watch his vocab.
I really hope we get a fucking. Finally having kids. It's just fucking weird that he doesn't have kids. Again, as I've stated this before, it's the weirdest part about dmc5.
Ancient magic. Lost. Forgotten.
Okay, let me see. So, I have not ever scaled Kirby, no. Fuck, I was really banging on Nexus Wing up this morning.
We will curse this new world to rot.
Delete?
A token of our power.
This is boring. If I want to play a survival simulator, I'll play Minecraft. Thank you very
Thou
much.
condemn the world.
Oh, I was a bit too early on that. Or no, yeah, a bit too early. Oof.
They stir in the dark below. A radiant light.
I saw that. I saw it, Smaj. It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff right there. Oh my goodness. Could you try not being hit, please? No assist, so that ultimately does nothing for us.
I am the truth. An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain by sovereign. Blind faith is the tool of monsters and fools. Our eyes are open.
Used to ADC was just fucking not playing the game for good reasons. Yeah. Do you think Attack on Titanverse could take on modern technology? That depends on modern technology we're talking about. As for DLC, yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to secure a new console for dmc5, so we're unfortunately just gonna have to wait till December unless like new consoles show up earlier on and I have some like spare cash on me, which I have enough cash to buy it, but it's kind of like, do I really want to upgrade immediately too, is also kind of haggling my mind. Beautiful, beautiful setup. I am gonna probably buy a new Xbox, even though I probably should buy a PS5 for the actual consideration, but well. Because like I do have a PC, so like I don't even really need to buy an Xbox to experience Xbox games anymore, because PC will be able to do most of that. More roots the amount of time it takes to upload the Supernova. If you actually root somebody, it'll say that the debuff lasts, that it feels like about 3 years.
This land is so grievously affected.
Hello, Dio.
Hey, I probably might not be able to be around full time for this stream because I have somewhere to go. Maybe somewhere to go.
Nah,
at.
That's fine. You'd be like the third guest who showed up today who just had to leave randomly.
Nah, usually I'm free. Usually I'm free because I don't have to deal with stuff. But this time around, yeah, I take care of some business.
Yeah, man, don't worry about it. It's all good. I'm probably not going to be streaming for too much longer. Unfortunately, I was going to start streaming Dead Space today because I've never played Dead Space. I thought that'd be fun, but then like Xbox servers were down, ironically enough.
Dang, bruh. Dang, bruh.
I can't just swap over because Leagues has this whole moral rights fucking clause in their fucking terms of service. Basically, I don't want to deal with legal problems, so I only stream Leagues, exclusively Leagues, and then like when I stream anything else, like I don't go Leagues anymore. It's like I'm not gonna risk putting a fucking bill.
Bruh.
It's the price I must pay. You dumbass, why are you leaving?
We have already won.
Anyway, so Neil, how do you feel about using what-if scenarios for scaling?
Well, that depends because there's instances where you can use alternate universes or possibilities as scaling, but that's only when the alternate universe that it comes from is like basically where it's basically indifferent from the actual timeline that it's in, basically to like where events hardly ever changed to a significant degree. That's where you could probably use what-ifs or stuff like that.
Okay, so yeah, I know. Okay, so me and Mangler and Kyle were having a debate earlier about whether or not you can use the what-if scenario of dmc5se for backward scaling to Nero. So everything, canonically or lore-wise, in that run is the exact same. The main thing that it shows that I want to use is it shows what would have happened if Dante and Virgil were interrupted by Nero. So it shows the exact same cutscene when Dante and Virgil are going to kill each other, and what it shows us is that they actually miss their final strikes and they go into a more intense battle. So what I want to use there is to show that Virgil and Dante are not near death, because this shows us what happens if Nero hadn't gotten involved.
Well, you could probably you could argue that because, like you said, if the events before then like were basically the exact same and hardly anything significantly changed, you could probably argue in that case that it's probably a applicable what if.
Thank you. Sorry, because Mangler just digged his feet down. I was like, you can't use it at all. No, it's not possible because it's not actually canon, so it's not feasible to use. And I'm like, but it is. You can't use it. It's blatantly easy to use. Yeah, no, I was just waiting for your opinion on that one because this is the first time DMC has ever had like a potential what if scenario, and I know fighting games and RPGs scale off all endings and shit, so I know it's like usable and scaling. But Mangler's just like, Mangler's isn't the one to have any of that noise. Dead Space be scary. That's the reason I want to play it on stream, because I actually never really played Dead Space, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to stream it, so you guys see my reactions. And no, I'm not streaming Five Nights at Freddy's, if anyone's wondering on that one. I'm never going to stream Five Nights at Freddy's.
Dude, I'm so pissed off. I remember I saved.
Jump scares and me do not get along.
Of course, the faithful shall ever be spared.
As long as nothing before that changed, it can be used. Lol, yeah, it has good atmosphere in Dead Space. I never played it though. More. Oh, yeah. I mean, I heard Dead Space was scary, so that's why I was gonna use it. Tryndamere is now 5'5".
The coven has eyes everywhere.
You walk back with the puddle.
Darkness, tears, and sorrows. I am with you to retake the thrones of the gods.
Oh wow, still hit. Sorry, I'm also playing some League of Legends right now. The co-op feature was based.
Has destroyed a turret.
Neil, you ever played Dead Space 3 or no?
I've never really been too big of a fan of Dead Space, if I'm being real with you. No, I really haven't. I see all the games, they look interesting, but they don't look like something I would really want to go out and play willingly. Not before something like an RPG or something.
Hey, you ever played Tales of Vesperia by any chance?
Dude, you're talking to a Tales fan right here. I love this series. That's actually one of my favorite ones in the series too, by the way.
So you recommend it's a good game?
Yes, play it. What are you doing right now? Play it.
Because I was saying it's on Game Pass, and like they wanted me to read the terms of service before I play it, but I was like, nah, it's probably not that good. But if like it's good, I'll
Dude, use your fucking worthless Xbox for something to play that game, if it's for anything. In all seriousness, yeah, play it. It's actually really worth it. It's a good game. It's a good game. Even if you're not a fan of the Tales series, it's a good starter to the series. Well, except for Tales of Symphonia. That's probably the best way to get into this series, but beyond that, Tales of Vesperia is the way to go.
Well, like, it's because do you know Xbox is losing on games?
Oh.
I mean, like,
Oh.
yeah, but Xbox is always losing on games, though. Like, I mean, understand that, like, when you buy an Xbox, you're just accepting the fact that you're probably not going to have the best games on there, for the most part, I'd say. I would say Xbox does get some pretty good solid ones out there. Like, their strategy games are fucking great. Like, even the Gears of War strategy, turn-based one, like XCOM, I played that on PC a little bit. That's fucking great. That's good shit. They fit the niche department very well. They just, you know, don't have a lot of, fucking... I don't know. No. So Sony brings cinematic experiences, and Xbox brings pretty good gameplay to their exclusives, I would say. And then Nintendo's just like, you get one or the other. You don't get both. We can give you both, but you get one or the other.
We have already won.
I mean, well,
Yeah,
except for
here's
Odyssey.
no, I understand. Like, look, in all seriousness, I know I like the shit on the Xbox and all that stuff, but in all seriousness, I understand that it does have its perks as well, as per any of the main consoles. Really, each of them has their different attributes. If you're looking for identity based and like, I mean, if you're looking for consoles that have like a lot of identity to them, a lot of pizzazz, and also a lot of IPs, and well, you're likely coming for Nintendo. If you're coming for the more, I would say, realistic, down-to-earth experience, you're probably going for PlayStation. And Xbox is probably a mix of, is more on the PlayStation side with a hint of, well, I wouldn't say a hint of Nintendo because it's not even close, but how would I describe Xbox actually?
I was there talking to Mangler the other day, and I was like, hey, so Mangler, what do you think would happen if, like, fucking Nintendo decides, hey, Smash on Xbox? And he's like, no one's gonna buy a Nintendo console again. We'll just go straight to the Xbox that has better servers and everything.
Well, to be fair, probably. Well, to be fair, you're probably right on that. Maybe the reason why I say this is because even though I will admit that Nintendo's software and hardware is like relatively inferior to Sony and Microsoft, generally speaking, at least. That kind of sets Nintendo apart as well. Besides the exclusive, that is well. Again, I think we got into a debate about this, but it is kind of the gimmicks itself. It is what sets them apart. Even if you want to say it doesn't have a huge impact, that is kind of one of the things that people gravitate towards Nintendo about, and that's kind of one of the reasons why they look at them as unique. Well, one of the reasons.
I do have a question here, and like, obviously, this isn't a favorite thing. Is Smash's online really as bad as you say?
Not too far from it. A bit slightly, very slightly exaggerated. Very slightly exaggerated, but it's not too far.
The way you say that, like, oh, like, you know, there's a slight exaggeration here. Very slightly. Like, you can barely tell the difference from an actual meme video and the actual thing.
Nah, bro. It's just Nintendo. It's just that Nintendo. Oh, sorry, my bad. It's just Nintendo just really doesn't know what they're doing with online. Mind you, they haven't tried online for a while. Meanwhile, I believe Sony and Microsoft have been experimenting for years. Well, then again, so have Nintendo have been experimenting with online, but they haven't really committed to it as much as Sony and Microsoft has.
PC is the GOAT, but it also has downsides. Yeah, see, here are the downsides to PC. There's no optimization for PC, because no one optimizes their games for PC. You have to pray to God that the PC port's not complete shit.
No. Here's the thing with PC. Here's the thing with all these PC master race people. What you don't realize is that for every game that you have, which is a lot of them, like, besides the optimization thing, and a lot of the ports is being god-awful because, you know, developers don't care, because, you know, consoles is their main thing. But beyond that, you also have to consider the fact that, like, what you're getting online can be a mixed bag, so you can be getting fucked out the ass and you won't even know it. Meanwhile, with a console, that same thing can happen, but at least you're going to not only have optimization, at least sometimes, unless it's like Bethesda. Bethesda just never has it in general.
Optimization? What is that? Hang on.
No, Bethesda, like Bethesda.
Parts, straight up, I haven't even cleaned my PC once since I bought it. It's probably dusty as fuck, but I have no idea how I would fucking upgrade my parts on my PC or replace them. I hope I don't have to replace parts. I hope, like, people just upgrade for upgrading. I hope I don't have to replace any PC parts, because if I do, I will have no fucking clue how to do it.
Oh, I could actually help you with that. That's like one of my jobs, actually. If I actually lived in California, I could actually genuinely do that and get money off you for that.
Well, like tell you what, like, I mean, I'll pay for, like, if I start having problems, I'll pay for a consultation. Like, I'll show you a video of what's on my PC, and you tell me what each part does, and then I can try to figure out what's wrong from there. Like, if you do know stuff like that, I'll pay for consultations. I know it's not gonna be as good as you being in person, but, like, I have just, like, no clue where to start with any of this.
No, I was joking, because, like, even though I do it as a job, I kind of don't feel right doing that off of friends. You know, I don't feel right doing that.
I mean, I would just need to know what the fuck these things do.
Nah.
Remakes are good. I disagree. Max Payne 3 came optimized. You can figure out PC compatibility by looking up your motherboard compatibility to RAM, CPU. I don't know what any of that is. I don't know how you would even do that.
Oh, let me see. You can figure out the PC optimization by looking at your motherboard capacity, CPU. Okay, yeah, you're right about that. But the thing is about that. Well, it depends because not everyone is having high specs as it is. I mean, I've seen some people with some high fucking specs that can run a lot of shit,
I
but
spent
not everyone's
$1,200 on
packing
this
that kind
game.
of dough, don't you think?
This game PC costs $1,200 and I don't even play actual PC games on it. But it can run like... I've seen it can run like almost anything I run on it fine. Like I've run Dead by Daylight, Gears of War Tactics, which Gears of War Tactics looks gorgeous. So I don't really know my... Okay, do you know how to check your specs like legitimately, or do you have to just look at the hardware to get your specs?
No, there's a well, it depends on what kind of there's actually, well, it depends on what you have. Do you have a what kind of PC do you have actually?
It's just a game PC. That's what they told me. I think it's got like it's obviously Windows.
Okay. If that's the case, then there is a way. Then there is actually a way to look at your specs. Although I would just prefer, although there is like stuff online for that and all that. Although, because like there's the thing, it's not really too complex of how to do it. You just have to actually look for how to do it.
Well, like, do I have to download a program to run it, and like then it'll tell me my specs, or can I emulate into my specs like directly on my fucking like PC programs already?
Directly, you don't need to download anything. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm gonna show you. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm gonna show you. It's actually really simple. You don't even have to download anything. If you have to download something, that's probably a scam. Don't. But anyways, okay? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Cause I already one second. Cause I have different computers with varying specs. I usually don't use the one with the best spec because I save that for playing games. But you know.
I do not actually So, you guys probably wondering why I don't play Valorant, or why I've never tried Valorant on my PC. That's because I watch a YouTuber called Some Random Gamer. I'm sure you guys are familiar with him. Or no, Some Ordinary Gamer, I think he's called. The Muda, if you guys know who he is, you guys know who he is. I'm not going to get too far into the details here. Basically, apparently, according to him, Valorant basically took full control of your hardware and used the worm to get to all your backdoors and everything. So if you gave it permission, it could literally do whatever it wanted on your PC. And I was not going to give like. I trust Riot. Don't get me wrong. I trust Riot as far as like servers go, because like I've been hacked on their servers before. Oh, the stun too good. I love when Riot's like, hey, you want to fucking save your fucking payment option so you can pay whenever you want? No, you fuckers already got me hacked once.
Nah, that's one thing I don't like. As someone who actually just really does stuff like that, I really despise programmers and false programmers and hackers who do shit like that. That's dirty. It really is.
I don't understand why people even bother hacking shit. Like, what the fuck, man? It's sort of like the same thing with stealing fucking people's money and shit. Like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? There's no justice in the world. No one trusts Tencent. Muda giving like to I don't know what the whole deal with Tencent is. I know Tencent's a big Chinese company, but like everyone under the sun like fucking makes it sound like it's the worst thing ever when Tencent fucking like got involved with leagues as hard as it did.
I think it was more over the fact that Blizzard kind of just sold its soul more so than what.
Blizzard. Wait, Tencent owns Blizzard too?
Oh no. Okay, wrong. Okay, that's the wrong one. Wrong one. My bad.
Dude, if Kratos fights Freya, watch it be Kratos refuses to touch Freya, and Freya just beats his ass for 10 minutes until Freya gives up. How much you want to bet that's what the Freya versus Kratos fight's gonna be? Cause you know they're not gonna let you hit Freya. They're not gonna let you hit Freya.
Nah.
This land is so grievously afflicted.
But nah, if they actually do let you be able to pimp slap free, that'd be funny. I would laugh at that.
The time is gonna be so bad. Tencent looking at this PC. Power scaling. Interesting.
Imagine there being a debater who hacks into people to steal their scans. What if there's...
That's some pretty good scans you got there. Be a shame if I were to take them.
Oh, like he doesn't even do anything to your computer, but he just takes your scans. That's all he does with it. Of all the things he could do with like having control over your computer, he just does that. That'd be fun to...
Before he debates somebody, he hacks their PC to delete their scans.
That's an ultimate dick move, though.
It's all like, oh, you're saying they're FTL. Please provide your scan. Alright, where the fuck is my scan? Oh, that's a shame, though, isn't it? You've fallen right into my trap, and I've unkind your power scaling knowledge. Guy could like hack into the U.S. government, but no, he decides to fucking just hack into your fucking databases to get rid of your scans.
Okay. Alright. Sorry about that. I had to like leave for a split second. Alright, so I'll be gone at like 4:30 or around that time. Probably more. Alright then. I got plenty of time then.
Sorry, so like that's like what, an hour for you?
Well, for you right now, since you're like 3 hours behind me, I'm assuming it's 12:49 right now, right?
Yeah.
No. 12:50. Well, 12:49 to 12:50, basically, whatever. Yeah. Okay. So then, for me, it would be. For you, it would probably be 1:30 around that time. Something. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's kind of weird doing different time. I'm sorry.
No, I get it. I'm used to it. I had to fucking do all this shit for all the other people too.
Oh, let me just look. Oh, let me just look at that time. Let me just.
Oh, that was a good one. Man, I can feel like I'm fucking. Okay, so Zalbar is not actually a Cantina farm node, but T3M4 is, so I'm gonna be farming T3M4.
Nice. I'm not sure when the update's coming out though.
It's not coming out today though, right?
Dude, how many stealth attacks I need to do? Oh, okay, good.
For context, everybody, I'm referring to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It's a mobile game you can play for free, but it's super expensive. Do I want to do another Leagues game or not?
Oh, I never found the key?
Finally, I figured out. Okay, so I think I was right. Yeah, so for me, 4:30 would be 1:30 for you. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so like you got like 40 minutes, so I was kind of thinking if I want to fucking play a fucking another Leagues game or not, because like, I mean, I did win, so I could do another one. Like, I have enough energy for that, but at the same time, it's kind of like people are moving around my house too, so I might just. I mean, I'll still be in chat, but like I might just call the stream here for now. So the Chaos Toxic Yasuo solos Dante, right? Once he hits his L10 power spike, he solos everything. Go ahead, Neil.
Okay, but that I'm not sure if I'm gonna. Not sure if it's gonna be exactly 4:30, but it will probably be around that time. All I know is it probably might not be before. Well, we'll see. We'll just see that.
Who's worse as a father, Virgil or Goku?
Well, Goku outright doesn't care.
I was gonna say it would be Goku because Virgil at least has an excuse for not being a good father in that he was gone for the majority of his son's life, and he didn't even know it was his son until after he had already ripped off his arm and everything. Goku's just.
Oh.
Oh, I was like, Goku's just a bad father, but go ahead. I'm sure you can explain it better.
No. Well, no. I was gonna say is Goku just like literally does not care at all. Like he has no excuse because he knows that's his son, but he doesn't care at all. He doesn't care about it. He just cares more about training, fighting, and eating more so than his actual sons.
The most he ever cared for his family was that one scene in Super where he gets mad that like Zamasu killed his wife and shit. That's like the only time he's actually cared.
Exactly. It's crazy.
That was
Crazy.
so out of character for him, honestly.
It is actually, matter of fact, the whole dub making him actually care about Frieza because he's quote unquote evil is out of character because Goku doesn't care about who's good or evil. He just cares about fighting and getting a good fight. That's at least for the original, at least the original interpretation of Goku. He's never really been exactly a per se person of good or good intent. Well, not good intent, but a person of good morale.
Goku. Oh man, should I save my sons who can help us fight fucking Boo? Or should I save this random fucking loser and Dende? I think I'll
Yeah.
save...
No, because that's the thing. That's kind of one of the reasons why I feel weird when people compare Goku and Superman. Superman and Goku are kind of fundamentally different. Goku doesn't do things just for out of self-righteousness or anything like that. He does it just for a good fight and arguably for a selfish reason at that. Superman does stuff out of selflessness and does it just because, well, his whole character notion is about whether is he going to do the right thing or not and all that stuff. That's kind of the major difference between Goku and Superman and why I kind of feel weird when people compare the two.
No, I completely agree. No, let me pull us back up here for a minute. Yeah, we'll do another game. Why not? Just to finish it off. There we go. No, but like, Boo kills Gohan. No, go! Oh, hey, a powerful villain to challenge my limits.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's literally Goku. In the original series, that wasn't a dub. Goku was just made of it made him. Well, I wouldn't say he's unlikable. It's just that he's just more like he's less self-righteous and more selfish. Hell, that whole infamous scene of like him giving a sensu bean the cell. No, like remember that scene where he gave a sensu bean the cell, which is one of the stupidest things. Look, a character for Goku, but that's kind of a bad thing though. Why?
So like, hey, I want my son to get his ass beat just like I would have. So here, have a sensu bean. Goku, try to sell Gohan's girlfriend to Kaioshin. Yo, I forgot about that! Dude, no. Doesn't he do it to Bulma actually in the story? Like, he tries to sell Bulma to fucking,
Come on.
to fucking the Kaioshin for a fucking date? Also, can we talk about the fact that Goku just openly admits Bulma's hotter than Chi-Chi? Like, what the fuck, Goku? That's your wife.
I mean, to be fair, I'm one of those people who supported Bulma being with Goku. That's what should have happened. I'm sorry, that's what should have happened.
I will say this.
Bulma was a far better pick.
From what I know of Dragon Ball as a whole, and from what I've seen, it was always kind of weird he ended up with Chi-Chi. Wait, does he actually try to sell Videl for a minute? Because I thought he only sold Bulma. Does he actually
Chi-Chi,
No, I agree. The series works. The series would have worked a lot better if fucking he ended up with fucking Bulma, because it would have made more sense with their journey as well. He tried to sell both of them. Wow, fucking Goku's doing some fucking work, and he's not even at a street corner. That's impressive.
Nah, but the thing is, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, Goku. I don't know, man. For the original Goku, because like kind of not to be a stereotypical self-righteous hero, just a betterment. Like he's just wants a good fight and that's it.
I think one of the benefits manga has over anime and light novels is that their heroes are much more relatable in terms of like they're not just good for the sake of being good and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. As much as I love Superman, and he definitely has his moment where he's written good, and the whole all-star comic line of Superman comics is probably some of the best written comics in general for how good Superman and stuff. Superman has his moments where he can be really good, but at the end of the day, when you really think about his motives and all that stuff, depending on the continuity, it really is kind of bland, honestly. I will give it that. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm bad.
Oh, no. You can finish. I was going to say, I was just going to hang on because something happened to your online game. It froze up a little bit, but it's fine.
What I was going to say was, at the end of the day, I still do like Superman as a character. I feel like call Superman a boring character, don't understand the fundamentals of what Superman is. Superman is less about a character and more about an ideal and more like a general motif, which is it's less about how Superman does it. It's more like is Superman going to do the right thing? It's because Superman is more so a symbol of hope, a symbol of courage, a symbol of wisdom. That Superman has always been a symbol. Hell, why else do you think that Superman is always popular during times of despair and war? Because that's what Superman is supposed to be, a symbol, ultimately, and all that stuff. It's always been that way.
Roshi trained how to become a pimp.
Yeah, that's what. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like Superman. Superman's less character and more of an ideal and symbol and all that stuff, and that's kind of what he was all meant to be anyway.
Yeah, I can agree with that one. And want support? I could support. I can support if you want.
But enough rambling. But yeah, over Goku is of a character by any means. He's just really good fighter. No one is a far better character. You can at me at that. Well, I'm pretty sure most people agree that Goku's just a far better character. But
In comparison to Superman?
no, not Superman. I'm talking about Goku now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I just heard Goku's a far better character, and I'm like, who was a better older brother between the two, Itachi Uchiha or Virgil?
Virgil, because I don't like Itachi. He's overrated as a fucking character. But also,
Virgil didn't go around killing his entire family's bloodline.
But also because of the fact, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if people here know, but I'm just really not a big fan of the big three. I'm sorry. I went on this semi-rant before when there wasn't a stream. I really don't like the big three. I find Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. I find them overrated, although Bleach is the more tolerable one for me. I find them all overrated, and I just really don't get into them. They don't click with me as well as others. I get that they're like what introduced people to anime, or at least made them appreciate it. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like they're the best that anime has to offer.
Oh, Afedi,
at all.
Afedi, you're not paying attention. I'm playing support. I swapped lanes with the support. Continue.
I'm bad.
No, it's fine. I just need to clarify.
But yeah, that's all I'm just saying. I don't like the big three, so and I'm saying this because if people ask me questions about them, well, I could probably answer them, but I'm probably not going to want to though, because I just don't like them at all. Oh, maybe except for Bleach. I like Bleach somewhat.
I'm not surprised you don't like One Piece.
No, One Piece is alright. It's alright, but it's overrated. People have said it's one of the best anime / manga of all time. Bullshit. It's really not. Isn't. I'm sorry if anyone wants to assassinate me for saying that. I don't care. I agree with that notion. Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter are far better, and there's also many other shonen I can mention. Not even to mention that we don't even need to mention all shonen because there's just so many out there that's just far better.
So,
I mean, Recreators, I would argue, is just a far better show, and it's far less lengthier.
You guys think order should go like AP carry this game? Because I can just go AP carry and be perfectly fine. Sono works either way. But I feel like going full support might be. Damn it! Continue.
Okay. Well, someone did ask a Hunter x Hunter question. I'm going to keep them anonymous for now. Well, it's not anonymous, but like, someone did ask me one time before. Someone told me, could Gon potentially beat, Miriam? And to that, I'm saying, as adult Gon, possibly. Pit 2 was basically saying that he posed a threat to the king and all that stuff. That he had a potential to take him out. So there's that. I'm not sure if he would have actually won against him, but the fact that he's considered a threat kind of speaks volume of his power.
Wait, does Gon never fight Mirami?
No. Yeah, he's never really. Not yet, at least. Remember, Hunter x Hunter is kind of progressing really slow, if not at a halt.
Well, Kyle told me that, like, basically Gon's story is over and there's a new main character, but I thought Gon encountered the ant dude for, like, given that, like, Gon's supposed to be the main character for a while anyway.
I didn't. No, because the thing is, no, funny, no. he hasn't really fought him yet, or anything like that. But yes, Gon's, because here's the thing, Hunter wasn't exactly pure story to begin with. It was more like general narrative as it is, with Gon just being at the centerpiece. And the thing is about it, Gon also is arguably not really the true protagonist of the series. Hell, you could argue that he's a full-on antagonist disguised, but just put on the center, just put into perspective though.
What the fuck?
So you have to read. Have you read it? Have you read Hunter x Hunter?
No, I have not experienced Hunter x Hunter at all. I assume God was just the main character because he's the one everyone fucking shows off and shit.
Well, first off, read it. It's amazing. Second off, no. Gong is probably one of the most unique shonen characters I've seen in a while. Mostly because of the fact that he is not. I don't care what anyone says. Gon is unhinged and also probably one of the more
sociopathic.
You could say that. You could say that, I guess. But the thing is, about it.
What?
But the thing is about it, yeah, Gong is not your generic shonen hero. Don't let his appearance deceive you. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna spoil because seriously, if Kyle hasn't convinced you, you read it. I'm serious. Read it, watch it. I don't care. Just get into the series.
Is it just me, or does Gon seem like a time bomb ready to explode?
Implying that he isn't. What? No, because Gong, Gong is messed up as a character. He really is. Like, I remember one of the things that he did is he used to just try to find excuses just to harm people, stuff.
We're not talking about the white hair dude, right? We're talking about the guy.
No. We're talking about Gong here.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So basically, you're telling me that that little fucking shit is like fucking Arthur or fucking Alexander Ashford from fucking Resident Evil, just a sick fuck, is what you're telling me?
Oh, not exactly. Kind of. Gong is moreover that he does have his moments where he can be beneficial and all that stuff, but there are blatant moments where we see that he's clearly not normally functioning, and he does have kind of sociopathic tendencies and all that stuff.
It seems to me
kind of. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of underselling. I'm kind of underselling it because I don't want to spoil. All right. Okay, kind of underselling it a bit.
So very clearly, Hunter x Hunter is something I need to read because very clearly it just got 100% more interesting.
People say Killia is. You need to watch. Zim, you need to watch Yu Yu Hakusho first because Togashi wrote that before Hunter x Hunter.
Why would I need to experience Yu Yu Hakusho first though?
A lot of the things from Yu Yu Hakusho, Togashi used for that in some degree. Not all of it, but a lot of it really helped. They were the building block. Yu Yu Hakusho was a building block for Hunter x Hunter.
The one who can produce cognitive thought. Do I actually need to read a fucking Yu Yu Hakusho if I read Hunter x Hunter to understand it or to like get it?
They're not connected to each other in any way. Right. I mean, you should watch. Yu Yu Hakusho because it's amazing. It's godly, but
it's the building block for Hunter x Hunter, in my opinion.
I mean, that doesn't mean I have to fucking like watch it though before I read Hunter x Hunter.
No. You can watch one before the other. They're not even connected to one's.
Okay, so then you could should I just read the manga or is watching the anime fine?
I would actually say that the anime is fine as well as the manga. Either one can do actually because both of them are really good quality. If you ask me, both of them are really good. But manga has a lot more, and the anime doesn't pick up. The anime doesn't pick up with the manga.
Which anime? Which one? The 1999 or 2011?
What?
There's a 2011. There's a 2011 anime that adapts more of Hunter x Hunter, but the original anime, let's just say there's a lot of things that it doesn't go with the manga properly. The second anime adaptation follows it better. You need to watch the 2011 one.
I'm assuming you're referring to the second anime adaptation.
Yeah, the first anime adaptation is it kind of got carried away.
But overall, yeah, really give Hunter x Hunter a watch or read. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which one you do. Just get into the series. It really is. I'm telling you. I'll bet $100,000 just to be that you're gonna like this. You really are.
I'll go ahead and, if I have some time today when I'm done editing my book, because I gotta like try to edit like 2 or 3 chapters a day to like try and like fucking get it just like cohesively, you know. I'll fucking I'll start giving it a read. I'll look it up online and like fucking find it and I'll start giving it a read.
It's the type of show where you definitely shouldn't judge a book by its cover. It may look cute by the front cover, it may look like aww. But when you actually start to get into it, looks can like I've never seen a show where looks can
you're
be
not
so
going to regret it.
deceiving.
I'm telling you.
Hunter x Hunter is the ultimate show where looks can be deceiving. That's just my opinion.
But anyways, yeah. But anyways, the point, the driving the point home is not your typical Matt.
Dude, this fucking
He's probably
cocksucker
as
really
close
throw
as you can
Jason
get.
to a fucking KO. This fucking asshole.
Like Hunter x Hunter looks lighthearted, but it's not.
Okay, Alan, you said that like 3 times in a row now. I get it. I'll keep that in mind.
No, but the thing is, but the thing is about Gon. He's probably like the closest you can get to an antagonist without being an antagonist, almost. Cause like I said, dude does some fucked up shit to say the least for a protagonist. So I wouldn't call Gon a, but not exactly malicious, at least inherently. Actually, ironically enough, none of the characters in Hunter x Hunter are technically good people, except for none of the characters are really exactly good people in a sense, because they all own different types of. Except Miro. Let's say they all have their different ways of dealing with things. Yeah. And ironically, the assassin of the group is not even the worst one.
Killia, you mean?
Yeah. Killia, don't worry. Killia is messed up, but I would argue he's not as messed up as Gon or Killer Pika. I would argue not even close.
He's the most chill dude of the 4. He's the most chill.
Yeah, I know.
What the? So are you telling me Hunter x Hunter is just basically a bunch of fucking sociopaths just going around as fucking MCs?
He needs to know who his Hisoka is.
You could say that. I guess.
Get rid of Hisoka.
The only character who's like as closest to a good guy as you can get, at least as far as the main cast can get. Lurio, which is the best one you can get, aka the dude who actually looks quite normal. You know the dude with the glasses, suit. Yeah, that dude. Yeah. That's the most normal. That's one of the most normal of the main cast. He's like the least sociopath of them all. And the odd part about it is, like anything when I'm saying this anyways, either way, by the way, because I'm not mentioning specifics. I'm not specific, by the way. But ironically, Miram is probably the closest to a person in the series, and he's painted as the antagonist.
He needs to know who Hisoka is. Neo, he needs to know who Hisoka.
Hisoka is a character. Let's just put it that way. Oh boy, his character.
Get ready for Hisoka. Oh man.
Hisoka is one of those characters though, like where, like you mind, I feel like that was based off of like Encore, a bad experience in prison. There's no way.
Okay, now you're telling me there's fucking anal rape too? Are you kidding me?
Well, no, there's not that. There's just, no. He's not a rapist. He's just a borderline. No, not even borderline. He just is a pedophile. Yeah, that's about it.
Of course he is.
Gon versus Hisoka. Oh man.
Wait. Is Hisoka the fucking clown?
Yeah, he's that clown-looking dude. He actually gets off the gong and shit.
Oh, okay. I thought. Well, alrighty then. I guess. What the? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm open to telling the story, but okay, wasn't expecting that.
The best part about Hisoka's part is that the guy who voiced
I'm not even genuine. I'm being genuine. But the shit in there that you wouldn't expect to see, despite how it looks, it's actually a really good read. It really is a good read. I swear.
But Neo, you know who the guy who voices Hisoka in the English dub? They couldn't have picked a better guy to do it.
Ooh, who was it?
The guy who I think it was the guy who voiced Whis, who voiced Hisoka.
Yeah,
Oh. But nah. Hisoka is probably nah. If you want to talk about in terms of how messed up the characters are, I would say Hisoka is up there for one of the worst. Yeah. Like no. Because like I'm not spoiling anything because this is not technically specifics and this is so minor that you could it's not gonna break the story it's not gonna break anything.
Guys beating
but like
himself octagon, it's really minor. Yeah, I bet it is.
but nah, one of the things that happens in the fight is that like every time like he's turned on by Gong and like his fighting spirit and all that stuff, it's a lot censored in the anime, but in the manga it's a lot more explicit.
God,
like I'm talking about. No. It's not like that. When I mean by explicit, it's more like how he describes the situation. It's more explicit on what he's kind of getting off here.
Okay, so very clearly I must read the manga to get the. Okay, it's fine.
I'm sure you didn't expect any of. I'm so sorry. My bad.
No, I very clearly wasn't expecting fucking Hunter x Hunter to be fucking Neverland, we'll call it.
And you know what the funny part about it is I came into all of this like blind. So like I didn't have any knowledge of any of this was gonna happen. I'm like, what the fuck? That was my whole reaction to Hunter x Hunter. It was such a huge shock to me. And mind you, me telling you all this, it's not gonna ruin the shock factor for you because you just have to see it for yourself for it to really settle in.
Neo, you wanna know the biggest downfall of Hunter x Hunter?
What?
The dilemmas with Yoshiro Togashi writing the manga, just like Kentaro Miura.
Well, that is kind of its issue. It's kind of I feel like he's either going through something or he's just really not feeling it. It's a shame too because Hunter x Hunter is really good. It's really good. Like despite what this premise may imply, it's actually really good. It's really well written. Some of the best characters I've ever seen written in general, actually.
Yeah, but Yoshiro Togashi still has been continuing writing the series before you were born, and he's having like real trouble trying to do it now.
Yeah,
like the art.
Got a fucking assistant, like any other good manga fucking person should have gotten by this point.
It's mostly just text now, just a wall of text from what I've heard. It's just writing raw text and less art. Oh man, bless the poor guy's heart.
Yeah. Well, either way, Hunter x Hunter as it is still a masterpiece if you ask me. I mean, I wish you would finish it, but even as it is, it's still a masterpiece to me. It really is, and that speaks volume how well it's written. If it's not even finished, and it's still one of the best of all time to me.
Do you think the cast of Hunter x Hunter is better than the cast of Yu Yu Hakusho, Neo?
Well, in terms of it depends. And in terms of how they're written, nah, they're not going to be the Yu Yu Hakusho cast for me. In terms of morale, definitely not. All of the people from Hunter x Hunter except for one, they're like borderline sociopaths.
Which sides are more? Which one are more complex though? Which cast is more complex in comparison?
That's a good question because they're complex in their different ways. They're complex in different ways, honestly. Yeah, they're complex in different ways. It's kind of hard to compare.
Yusuke is complex. Yusuke and Kuwabara are complex in terms of how relatable they are to many people.
No,
because
that's not complexity. That's not complexity. That just makes them more likable.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to mention that because like they do have complexity, but that's just more of this is more of an exhibit of how likable they are. They do have complexities, and I don't want to spoil, so I'm not going to mention that if you haven't watched Yu Yu Hakusho at this point. So
it's shorter than.
You should just drop the shit.
Well, here's the thing, Zam. Yu Yu Hakusho is shorter than Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, no shit, because one's actually done.
No. Hunter x Hunter is actually longer than Yu Yu Hakusho so far. Like, even despite the fact that it's not finished, it's longer than Yu Yu Hakusho.
Hey, so how's it going knowing you guys will never make it to the Dark Continent?
Yu Yu Hakusho, well, the thing is that Yu Yu Hakusho had a rushed 4th arc, and Togashi actually apologized for it.
How did Vayne survive that? Holy shit, Vayne survived that. Oh my god, how the fuck did she survive that?
I gotta
The
give
Hunter, ex-Hunter fans who ship Killian and Gong should be on a blacklist.
For some reason, so people claim that Killia and Gon are gonna fall in love. I don't know if that's gonna be true or not.
Killia's like, get that psychopath.
I don't know. I don't even.
Here.
No. The thing is, I'm on that ship, and I understand why it's a genuine ship. It's really weird. Not there's people who ship Hisoka and Gon. That I'm sorry, no, that's not gonna work. Fuck no, don't do that.
That might have some validity behind it.
No, that's not gonna work. This is a manipulator, and it's all really bad. That's not gonna work. That's literally abuse.
Oh,
it's not gonna work.
He's got more ground to stand on.
No, people actually ship Hisoka. Like, dude, do you realize gets often gone because of, you know, who he is? No, stop.
FBI, open up. This guy's writing in Japan, sees the FBI meme. How embarrassing.
Some people say that they might actually end up together by the end of the series.
I mean, that's what some people say for fucking anything, though. Like, some people fucking still ship Ruby and Yang, and ironically, so, like, I mean...
Ooh, who said that? Whoever said that, they're dumb, because it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, they're dumb.
And I'm not total trash with Kale, so, like... The only reason I doubt is because fucking Jason has more damage output than me. Otherwise, I would've been fine. I can't back with her around. She'll fucking...
Some people ship Lady and Trish like crazy.
That's fine. That's a good ship. That's a fine ship. I'm seeing no problems here.
Ship Lady, Trish, and Lucia together.
That's fine. We're better.
Lady, Trish, Lucia, and Kyrie.
Dude, you're not really good. I could easily see me being a cuck. Absolutely.
People ship Saga and... You know, if I really trash, what's trash?
For some reason, people ship Yusuke and Botan.
I don't know, no, that has merit to it. I actually like that ship. Actually, I genuinely like that ship. It has merit to it.
Hang on. Is Botan his friend, the fucking orange hair dude?
No.
No, that's Kuwabara. That's Kuwabara.
Okay, so you definitely haven't read the show.
I have no knowledge of Yu Yu Hakusho at all.
Kuwabara is Yusuke's rival. But,
Botan is literally the blue-haired witch girl that like flies on the broom. Botan, yeah, her. Witch girl.
I was honestly sad that it didn't develop between Yusuke and Botan, but it developed with that other girl. I don't remember her name, but I don't think she is as interesting of a ship.
No. Yusuke she's far better females. It's just this is how it is. Hey, that's not what everyone wanted. Nobody in their wanted. If I'm gonna go on a rant, not today. And Yusuke, no, the orange hair dude you're talking about, that's Kuwabara. That's his rival. That's his actual rival.
Yeah. Some people say Hiei is Yusuke's rival, but I don't believe it. I don't see Hiei as Yusuke's rival.
He's better as what Sasuke wishes he could be in a million years. But yeah. He is. But I wouldn't really call him a rival per se. I feel like that role definitely goes to Kuwabara.
Oh, okay. You could say Hiei is a rival, but he's not the rival. Kuwabara is the rival to Yusuke.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on.
I believe so, but
throughout the first 3 arcs, I wouldn't say was vastly weaker than Yusuke to some parts of the arcs. It was only until the 4th one where you could say Kuwabara was legitimately the whole way vastly inferior to Yusuke.
Yeah, but yeah, either way, a rival in ideologies and that stuff, and all the characters, and I would say that all the main cast of the show they're all really good. It's characters in fiction, actually, especially Yusuke, who I mentioned is in my top favorites all time.
Yep.
I didn't need a flash there on that Jerry. That was a bad flash on my part. I don't know about Valentine's actually coming to leagues. If it did, it would have already happened by now, but I haven't heard any news on that yet.
I still don't understand how Yusuke got out. Or, I still don't understand, why, like, he was supposed to go to hell in the 4th world, but I don't understand how he got out. He was supposed to stay in there forever.
Oh, there's a lot of things. I don't feel like going into it, honestly. Although, actually, I've said this before, someone mentioned Toguro versus Yusuke. That's probably my favorite fight in anime I've mentioned before. I love that fight to death. It's a technical masterpiece. It's a show of how really good a fight can be, because it has technicality to it. It isn't just a game of techniques. Not only does it have emotion, technique to it, it also has pizzazz to it. It has so much of a fight in an anime, and it's a perfect example of how an anime fight should be done.
It had great build up to it, like one of the best I've ever seen.
Like,
you want to know what's really hard for me to decide who's more complex, who's more the complex villain? Toguro and Sensei.
I'd say Toguro definitely is a far better and far complex villain, but that's me personally. There's arguments for both ends.
I've had a hard time deciding, to tell you the truth.
But no, I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the author of Ragnarok just looked at that one and decided to make an anime based on it. I wouldn't be surprised, because that shit is amazing.
Yeah, Yusuke versus Toguro is one of the most inspirational anime fights I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, okay, so when you mean they were doubling the drop for shards, you mean they were doubling it in general. Yeah. Oh, that's great. I thought you just meant double drop, like, a double drop event.
I'm sure they're still going to have it.
Sorry about that.
I hold Yusuke versus Toguro on, like, one of the level of inspiration, like, on, like, Kenshiro versus Rao final fight. I think it's that.
Which was not actually very good in the manga. I'll be perfectly frank. Kenshiro versus Rao fight in the manga is kind of trash.
No. I've seen instances of where the manga doesn't do it justice, but the anime adaptation really does. So that's fine.
Yeah, the anime fight between Rao versus Kenshiro is fucking light years better than the one in the manga. The manga ends like in fucking 3 panels. Which is actually the series. Like, I mean, that's what would have happened. It's just kind of like, really? Your big final fight and you blow your load this fucking quickly?
Nah, but yeah, anyway, all the fights in Yu Hakusho blow any fighter blow, even including Super and GT, out of the water. That because I've said this before on a rant before, but the fights in Dragon Ball, they're not technical in any, they're really basic, and they're just a spam of prowess and all that, which is what I don't like about anime fights and shonen. I feel like fights should have more elements to them. They should have more layers, more technicality to it, more emotion behind it, and so on. So in a fight in Hakusho, it's not going to be a spam of technique. It's going to be using a technique in a way that outsmarts your opponent. You know, stuff. You know, adding it look bad, cool. That's what I like Yu Hakusho, and to extension Hunter x Hunter, because it has the same elements to it. Yeah, that's why I like those two so much, because they pull off that shit so well, but Dragon Ball never does. And yet that's somehow held as like the king fighting shonen. Nah, Dragon Ball is rather basic in regard to that.
Well, I would say that the first 2 arcs, though, the first saga in terms of Yu Hakusho, you could argue that they had some basic fights in comparison to Dragon Ball, such as Yusuke versus Suzaku. It wasn't
that had an excuse, because at that point they weren't really focusing on fighting at that time. Fighting didn't really come on until they started the introduction of demons, hell, and all that shit. You have to remember at that time that the show was more about spirits. And detectives and all that shit, which, mind you, I wish they kind of incorporated more, but it doesn't matter, because what we got at the end of the day was amazing, a masterpiece of an anime and manga.
They delved into incorporating a lot of that in the 3rd saga, though, of the chapter Black Art.
I have seen Trigun the anime. I have not read the manga. I know it has a different ending in the manga. I have not even touched Full Metal Alchemist at all.
What the dude? Why? That's amazing. What the fuck?
Overrated to me.
Dude, are you shitting? Dude, are you shitting me? No.
Dragon is great.
Dragon is alright. I love it. It's actually one of my favorite anime. But dude, Full Metal Alchemist is fucking amazing. I don't give a fuck what you say. It's amazing, dude. It's amazing.
The anime does have a different run from the manga. It also changes the ending and stuff, but I kind of prefer the anime story of Trigun to the manga version. I know people were kind of like a little annoyed that Knives doesn't use knives in the anime, but it's like it just makes more sense thematically to use a gun.
But okay. What was I going to mention? I'm talking about Full Metal Brotherhood. Even the original Full Metal Alchemist is really good, but Full Metal Brotherhood. Yeah, though. For real.
I love my fictional characters in the real world. How do you know?
For some people, for some reason, people say that Suzaku, in his prime, is superior to Togaru. I don't see that.
I want to flame these guys. I want to be like, dude, could you guys like fucking do your fucking job and keep the enemy in place so I can fucking push? Because if it was just Jace by himself, I would have won that fight. But I had to fucking worry about Jack showing up out of nowhere.
Hey Neo, you know what I don't understand? You know what I don't understand about the Dark Tournament saga?
What?
Is that where was Bui? The guy with B-U-I-E, the guy that fought Hiei at the final round. Where was he in the 4th arc? Because he's the only one. He's the only one of the two that's not dead.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I just guessed that he wanted to leave it to the imagination. So.
Yeah. It seems to me that the Elder Tagara was less complex than his younger brother was.
Oh, what the heck? She got 35 bullets on her?
Oh yeah, I keep seeing that all the time. That it's fucking that like the main Togaro everyone talks about is the younger brother or something.
Yeah.
The older one, however, let's just say what happened to him wasn't pleasant.
Well, the thing is, young Togaro is just, well, dude is one of the most, to me, he's probably one of the best things I've ever seen. To me, he's my favorite antagonist in fiction. He's just so fucking good. And not even just that, but like, you could even argue that he's not fully truly a bad guy in a conventional sense. Like, he's done some messed up stuff, but at the same time, he's not, no, I'm talking about younger Togaro.
Yeah. Here's how I see a younger Tagara. He seems psychologically desperate for a solution.
Why the fuck do you stick around, dude? What the fuck?
And the funny thing about it is Tagaro is one thing I like about younger Tagaro is the fact that like he like is so self-righteous and so self-conscious of himself to like where he like willingly lets himself go to hell when he really didn't have to. And all that stuff, like the person who was taking him to him said, "You know, you don't have to do this," and he was like, "No, I'm gonna do this."
10,000 years. But I think I personally believe the reason why he wanted to do that was for atonement.
And that's actually a common why he did that, and I actually subscribe to that because it has a lot of basis to it.
Really, Togaro, a lot of it was the fact of how he had so much humility over loss. It's similar to Sensei in a way where everything just flipped around, like his entire world just falls apart, just like Togaro, and it just flips your ways around in a way. And Togaro, I'm still not sure why exactly he wanted Yusuke to fight him specifically. What did he want Yusuke to prove again?
There was no way we were gonna win that one. Nah, dude, I was doing fine. I only lost because of ganks and shit, and then like I couldn't even do anything late game because my teammates just weren't doing their fucking job of keeping people in line. That's a little frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. I'll honor Akali for fucking doing a pretty good job. Okay, so with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be the end of the stream this morning. I might stream later today because there's a new Operandi character coming out, but I'll go ahead and talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next stream or video.